Hello, my green skins, and thank you to everybody who's put the effort in. Thank you for the people who have subbed. Uh, 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 Thank you for giving us the time and your effort and your support on this like awesome but sad day. It kind of sucks that the day we lost a champion, we lost Mr. Tim Curry, and I'm kind of sad about that, but at the same time, thank you so much for everyone who subbed. Let's get to 1,000, boys and girls. Let's keep this hype train going. Let YouTube Senpai finally notice us because we finally got there, boys. Thank you so much. Sam says thank you so much. And our mascots are both happy. Sam, Frankie Puss. I gave them head pats because they helped with the channel. Thank you everybody else who shared out the channel and showed other people this stuff. Thank you so much. I don't mean to flate the crowd, but man, I'm so happy this happened. But today we also have some sad stuff to talk about, and today we have some stuff Bob needs to talk about. So first, let's start. We start with the reviews, but today it's like we start with the trailers. But today we're gonna start with a couple things, just so Bob can. Bob not having a good day, so we're gonna get this off the ground first. First off, we officially did it. We did it, chat. We did something special, something truly magical. We got Bob to watch 90s wrestling. Bob watched WCW Nitro. What was your thoughts of your very first WCW Nitro, Bob?
Yeah, why does this guy have me watching things all the time? I
Just
don't
you keep agreeing
understand
to it.
I never agree to half this shit, but he bends my arm.
Yep. So the reason
this is almost outright voyeuristic with the amount of watching this man has me doing.
Dude, you know how much shit I have to watch.
I don't want to know.
I
With
am
every
watching...
dark deed, it trickles down off the back of certain somebody.
Yes, they do. We are actually, like I said before, man. We are all trying to get this off the ground for stuff. And to be honest, I watch a lot of stuff on the side. Most of the time, do you know what I usually do? I'm playing
Professional
Minecraft.
watcher.
I am a professional watcher, and so I decided to bring you one of the greatest, most unique times in human history: the WCW TNT 90s wrestling. This is a fascinating era of wrestling.
It's so strange because it's not quite white trash tier TV, but it's like 5 seconds off from it just breaking out to, I don't know, like Jersey Shore with like the two kayfabe individuals bickering back and forth, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like 5 seconds from like white trash TV.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little heads up on this. WCW at the time, Ted Turner apparently got in an argument with the legend goes Ted Turner got in an argument with Vince McMahon over wrestling. So he took wrestling for himself. He took a smaller league, the World Championship Wrestling League, and he basically threw a fuck ton of money at it. Put it in Disney at one point, and then Universal Studio and others. This became a wild environment. The things that happen through wrestling is fascinating if you know the backstory. $1 million deals, hiring people that, like, for example, the Lex Luger, your Lucer or Luker, whatever you want to call him. That guy, him coming over to WCW was big news because he was a big name in the WWE, aka the WWF at the time. It was wild that happened. That had never been seen before in wrestling leagues. So this is something that a lot of people like when I bring this stuff up to you, I want to bring it up to you because I think from a fan perspective, if you know anything about old school wrestling, that is what's like that old school stuff. We are sending Bob on an adventure. Until Bob can get a little farther in other stuff, we are going to send Bob on the legacy adventure of a lifetime by me getting him to the old wrestling stuff. If we can, we're going to get him to the Goldberg era. If we can get him to Goldberg, that's going to be what I want to do. So, anything else you want to say about the wrestling? Did you like watching wrestling for the first time? Your very first '90s wrestling experience?
How do you describe an emotion that is cringe and you want to stop, but 5 seconds continue on, and then it's like they're kind of winning me back, but this is still fucking dumb. But it's like fun dumb.
Car wreck logic, where you see that car going by, and you think
it's like it's so bad, but I can't stop looking at it. It's fucking weird. And maybe it's because this guy had me watching, Good Omens. And maybe I was in like a steamy mood for some reason. We know the reason.
Oh, Ethereal Dragon. We have to say it. Season 1 of Good Omens, Bob could not finish the show.
I couldn't even finish. I got to 20 minutes of episode 1 before I wanted to throw a fist at my TV.
Like, that's
I don't do incompetent comedy. Like, where incompetency is the funny part. I hate that shit.
Yeah, he didn't like it. So Ethereal muted himself. But yeah, no, this man could not handle the 90s. Could not handle Good Omens. But
now I can handle the thing with the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I understand it has its historical value, but also being a guy who, how do you put it? I mean, Chief, you've been in a boxing ring, you've been to MMA, you've been to all these different things. How you've seen street fights?
I actually
when you watch the when you watch the wrestling, it's like, okay, this feels off. This doesn't look like fighting. It looks like a play, which it is a play, but it's a play that's supposed to look like fighting.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. It's basically very similar to that WMAC that I sent you on an adventure. That's what it is.
Oh, WMAC is just bad, but it's good bad because of just how. Ugh.
I'm hoping to get you. If I can get you all the way up to the top tier, where we had like the weird fucked up shit, where they had crazy moments. There's going to be things in WCW. The reason I don't want, I was thinking of giving you WW, because I can give you the WWF stuff too. But I know if I put you on that road, there's like stuff in there that's kind of interesting, but kind of not. Like, that's where you get the Undertaker stories. I have an archive of the WWF stuff.
Are you ready to play the game?
See, for me, I would rather keep you in the WCW front, because you're redneck. You're just redneck enough to get it.
I am, but that's more like redneck by proxy, not
you're
necessity.
Redneck. You a redneck boy. Where are you from, my friend? You are a redneck motherfucker, and that's okay. We love you for it, Bobby boy.
Mine's based on proximity. You will see some of the trashiest shit happen. Go figure. Some of it's fucking family drama. And you're wondering, what the fuck was the point of this argument? Why? Oh, it was opinion and feelings. Oh, lovely.
So Bob watched Nitro. Are you going to watch episode 2? Are we getting you to get episode 2? Are you going to continue?
Do we at least get a redemption Mac for Julian Liger?
Yes.
Julian Lightning Liger.
Oh no, we get Ray. This is where Rey Mysterio comes from. We get a lot, dude. WCW was the home of like luchador for America for a while.
Yeah, because when I saw Julian Liger, I was like, wait a second. Episode 1, they start off with the man himself from Japan.
Yep.
Holy shit.
This is where we get the luchador shit.
And also,
All right.
Sting was actually an interesting fight to watch. That one got me.
That is a good one. So next we have one other thing for Bob to look at, and we're going to get to that next. No, wrong one. There we go. So Bob, we made Bob, and Ethereal can actually come in on this one. We can actually have Ethereal jump in on this conversation. Unless Ethereal wants to start watching wrestling too. And then I got two of you fuckers watching wrestling.
Wait, which one was Sergeant Slaughter in?
WCW.
That would be G.I. Joe.
No, Sergeant Slaughter was actually a wrestler originally. And he was so popular that they had Mattel made toys of him, and he actually had to leave wrestling for a bit to do that, and vice versa.
Okay.
No, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, was it 10 people that got G.I. Joe? Him, the fridge. Then like, I think League has a Joe.
The fridge.
I know Hulk Hogan. I think Hulk Hogan has a Joe, if I remember correctly. But no, we will definitely have to have a look at Hulk. We'll definitely have to watch. If you want to join us for WCW, I can send you the link, and you can join us too on some of the most controversial wrestling in history. The 90s, man. 90s wrestling is something else, me boy.
Barbed wire and blasting caps. Now that was some fucking wild wrestling. That one was WCW. Yeah, I'd say that one was morbidly entertaining for me. It was horrible, but that one follows the car wreck logic a lot more. The barbed wire and blasting caps.
ECW. Yeah. I got some other stuff. So we reviewed The Tick. So Bob has never seen the live action Tick with Patrick Wahlberg.
That's a lie.
No, you have? You have?
Dude, we watched it like to episode 1, and I was like, Chief, go back to the cartoon.
Yeah, I know, but you've never sat down and actually watched more than episode 1. So, what did you think of the what did you think of the Seinfeld of superheroes? Now, I gotta be honest. I gotta do a little side tangent here. The reason it became the Seinfeld of superheroes is because apparently they blew all their budget on the first episode. As the legend goes, they apparently blew the budget and then had to fucking legitimately make the show like that because they couldn't have the big superhero fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your thoughts on the Seinfeld of superhero shows?
What's the deal with superheroes?
Yep.
I mean, it was alright. Once again, I still just prefer the animated series. There's something about the live action. Patrick, was it Patrick Wahlberg?
Yep.
He does a good job. It's just really uncanny seeing him in that suit. It's so uncanny.
You know, the funny thing is, I know him as Tick more than anything else. I loved him.
I know him as Joe Swanson, the boyfriend from the Bee Movie.
Yeah. I know this guy.
Don't forget Croc from Devil's New Groove.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Oh, no level! Wrong level!
Boys for Cusco.
So my problem with the Tick, and my thing about this, the cast for this is kind of interesting. You got actually classic guys who have been in the TV for a while. And they're just some fun characters. Lady Liberty is an absolute hysterical. Like, I love the character because the character is just out there. Then you have Manuel, who to me is fun. You know, you bring your sister. You know.
Yeah. And then the thing where it's like Batmanuel and was it Lady Liberty are like exes. Yeah. They have that tension between them, and it's just like, God damn. You guys hate each other, and you just have to work together. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, they're well, because she realizes what he is, that he's kind of fun. Like best way to put it, you know, he's fun, but he's Batmanuel. He's not someone you want to take. What's not someone you want to have. And Arthur,
it's prolific on the modern dating.
Yeah. So the funny thing about Arthur, they also have Christopher Lloyd.
The Mothman?
So yes, the Mothman. They have Christopher Lloyd on the very first episode of this show. And this was like, that to me is kind of funny. They went in deep for this, and that's what made this kind of great. I was just absolutely loving the fact that they had gone so far with this series. And the fact that they took something and tried to make it make something actually feasible and viable. They added a lot of stuff, like they added death. They added like certain innuendos were added in here.
Yeah, literally, the Immortal died the same way as Nancy Drew's exes.
Actually, I like how the Immortal died, and it's like Batman Wells thing is like it's it's just a hero dying in the saddle. It's old as time.
Yeah,
I love
there's
that.
Mark and Barry.
Oh, that is so great. And then like the episode where they make references to superheroes, like superheroes doing stuff. I also like the fact that like the Tick does not understand sex at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Try to mail that probably.
Yeah, he does not understand sex at all. Any sex.
He's the perfect shonen protagonist.
No,
he's like a block of lead, but he, at the same time, has moments of sheer intelligence. It's kind of funny like that.
It is kind of funny. I was watching something. I think it's called Gate something. I was watching a little bit of it, and there's this he's got 4 absolute bombshells chasing after him, and I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't leave that situation out at any time. Also another one is Swordmaster, Bunkin Swordmaster. I'm sorry, there's at least 3 girls that want something to do with you. 40-year-old me's like, I'm picking one of them.
I think the problem is that he either still views them as children, it's just the sheer age gap of most of them.
I get the sheer age gap. But not I hate to say it, dude. When you have 3 girls pining over you, and it's clear they're pining, I could tell that from a mile away. You either A, step out of the game, or B, you take your swing, man. That's how it works.
Yeah. What's the quote? Is like, if you're not playing the game, pass the controller, little bro.
Yeah, pass the controller, little bro. Yeah, pass the controller to the other guy. Again, Tick though has no understanding of this. When they even try to show him sex, he doesn't understand it. He just don't get it, and he don't get the relationship stuff. And it's just kind of funny how he just does not understand, even though the Tick is trying to have a relationship. He's like Arthur's trying to get into a dating situation, and he's like, "Well, I don't get it. Why does he want to be a thing with this girl? Why does he want to do this with that girl?" It's like, no, no, go away.
The thing that the Tick only understands justice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he's just all over the place. But I do like that. That's my favorite moment too, is when he has the moment where he's just screaming into what's her face's mouth, Arthur, or she ate Arthur. I just love that moment. He's like, it's just like that. That's just classic Tick. Okay, the reason I like this show, even though this show is jokingly called, we call it the Seinfeld, because we really don't fight superheroes. You get the before and after stuff. Even when they fight the Destroyo, it's clear that they have a thing that they're really trying to push something on the level, and even though he just doesn't fight, and it's like, I kind of like that. The other thing is the whole when they have the ninja fight is also quite a good episode. I overall enjoy this show. I like both equal. I like both almost equally in some ways, but I really do enjoy this.
I'll keep it a buck with you. I prefer the WCW over live action Tick, but I will prefer animated Tick over WCW.
Well, I get that. See, my problem with the cartoon Tick is I can't seem to watch the whole series in its entirety. We're missing entire seasons that just don't show up in normal Spectrum because of fucking copyright hell. You can watch this show in its entirety. That's one of the main reasons I like this show. All right. So we have debated, we have played, and we have parlayed enough. We are getting to the next big thing. And well, I have two things I have to do here. Hold on. Boop boop. And boop boop. And boop boop. Sorry guys, this is something I had to do. I forgot to do because we started early, chat. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna set up the next big thing here. We started early because Bob was falling asleep, and I hope DJ gets here in time. All right, next on it, let's get to the line. You know what we're talking about, boys and girls. We have shirts. We're gonna have 2 new shirts next couple months. We're gonna have Can You Survive the Orc Kitten? And we're gonna have the orc ration stuff coming up. But this is the fuck off. Fuck off. I hope Avast didn't just show up on the screen.
But he mentioned line. I thought he was putting me on the firing line.
No, shortly. So if you want a shirt, for your shirt, or you want a cup, we all drink liquids. We have to survive. You want to believe in House Hippo, or you believe in House Hippo. We have both shirts ready to go. We have mugs with multiple colors. Come enjoy the fun that is that stuff. Please support. Come in, buy. It helps us out. It helps the channel out. And bam! Next on our dockets, we're going to start with the first trailer tonight is going to be Mariachi Legends. Let's go. You ready, Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm keeping until we can. So I'm interested to see what your thoughts are on this one.
Man, when this motherfucker becomes a demi-lich, my old geriatric ass, and it's like, Bob, come on. He's gonna start poking me with like a mage hand stick.
And I turn you into a ghoul, Bob. Keep you around forever. If not, we'll just keep your head around. Okay.
Free head.
Ready?
Yeah.
Mariachi Legends. 3, 2, 1. Hit play. Oh, ethereal. We got sound. Okay.
Así me gusta, Pablo.
Madre Katrina siempre consigue lo que quiere, tarde o temprano.
No me hagas esperar.
So, what are you thinking of that one, Bob?
I've already been looking forward to the Mariachi Legends.
April 27th.
It's the only Metrovania like that Metrovania like / Castlevania that I'm like, you know what? It should be the game that gets me into this type.
Metrovania is what you're looking for.
Yeah, that one's good. Mariachi Legends.
Interesting.
So, April 27th, 2027. So we're in one more year. All right, next on the docket, we have to look at the first trailer for Mega Man Overdrive. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. play.
Wait a second.
Yes, we're getting a new Mega Man game. We're getting a new one, boys.
It's Jetman.
Maybe. And we got ourselves a female robot
Twinkle
master.
Girl.
We got
Twinkle
ourselves a female
Girl.
robot master, boys and girls. Rule 34 is gonna explode.
I'm surprised I have to have it all, Leo.
I haven't looked. Here we go. Super Omega shot. Mega Man is going all in, bitches. Let's see. This better fucking be good, Capcom. We're watching
Cap-on.
you. Capcom, we're watching you. We're watching.
Wait, there was no female masters in which one is that? The one where it's virtual reality.
NT Warrior.
Yeah, there was no female masters in that.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten one for the main Mega Man game.
Oh, see, I don't think Tron counts.
We got one, and that was Wave Girl, who's basically a spring of Wave Man. So it's like, well, you know, can we count that? Next on the docket.
Yes. I mean, you have Batgirl, Batwoman, Supergirl, Superwoman. So yes.
Yeah, but it's a carbon copy. There's a difference. Like these are other characters that aren't carbon copies. They have something. All right. Okay, anyway.
You start with carbon. It's one of the basest elements.
Yep. Okay.
Well,
so
now they need idol. Now they need a idol one. Well, she attacks you with the power of music.
Yeah, Roguecraft Deluxe. That's a different game.
So you could do Diamond. I mean, Diamond's all the hardest substance in the world. Well, that works.
Right.
Quite well.
Fair play.
Is this a Chief approved game?
Yes, it is. Definitely. This looks good. This is either going to be really good or it's going to suck. I'm hoping. All right, boys. We got next one on the left. Riot Raiders. This is probably a Bob the Proof game. Hit play. So one player is the commando, the other player is the goddamn chopper. And they fucking go together with chainsaws. You chainsaw helicopters. Look at this insanity.
Contra with physics.
Yep.
Why would this one be Bob approved?
You like these games.
Bullet House?
This isn't a bullet hell. It's a two-player co-op insanity. You get to throw people. You get to throw your guys around the chopper, get them the chainsaw, and go absolutely insane.
Who's more tired here? feel like I'm having a stroke listening to you.
That's a Bob game. All right. Now we have an Ethereal Dragon game. Contendra Fables 2. Or Contendra Fables. Okay.
All right.
Hit play.
Dear Alice, congratulations on your graduation as a Pathfinder and on receiving your first assignment. I have been sent ahead to establish our expedition lodgings and will meet you at the docks when you arrive. As you know, by order of His Majesty King Cerulean, our mission is to ensure the well-being of the people on the fringes of the Empire's territory. The Empire is vast, and sharing our knowledge and aid so far from the capital has long been a challenge.
I wonder if this
to
is
us.
based off a book.
I'm sure this will all be very
This
new
really
to
does have
you,
a book
being
thing.
sent across the endless ocean to the Arcadera Peninsula.
Okay.
But I
That's
promise you, our
what's his
destination,
name?
Whitewall Town, is peaceful
Bolton.
and beautiful.
Yeah.
However,
It looks
what lies
good.
beyond the safety of the town
It's
is
kind
unknown
of like
and potentially
it's
hostile.
that anthropomorphic thing which we know
must
people are
work
going to like.
with the villagers to rebuild our abandoned defenses, keep the town safe, and learn
people
more
love
about the
animals.
area.
You make them
A
into
local
humans
chap
so
by
they
the
can
name
do
of
other things
Dusty
like,
will
oh,
accompany you. He has volunteered
all
to
the,
be your
the
guide.
sellable
I
plushie
look
potential
forward
we have
to your
here.
arrival, Pathfinder Alice. May the light always shine on your path.
No gameplay?
No, unfortunately not.
God damn it! I really wanted to know if it was like a city builder or, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it is the sequel, so we could probably just look up see that gameplay.
Yeah, you could. Now we have the last thing. This is definitely a Bob game. Renounce. Here we go, Bob. Hit play.
What is it?
Yeah, that's me.
Renounced.
How did I end up here?
Pronounced?
Actually, that part doesn't matter anymore. What matters now is
pronounced on the list.
getting out alive.
It's in there.
We're not going to do the one about Vado's game that him and his brother are working on.
Who?
The one in podcast topics.
No, we're not.
I don't see renounced. I see rerouted.
Rerouted.
Oh
Get
my
it.
fucking god.
Come on, Bob. Go. Get him out.
Holy sh...
You're so much more bitchy when you're. When it makes it more fun to bug you.
Oh, no, I want your fucking wife. Maybe because my boss is fucking illiterate.
Is he from California?
Yes, I am.
About to say prime resident. God, I love having to be stuck with a Torontarian.
Oh, don't do that. That's not cool. That's not cool, eh? Don't be a fucking hoser. All right, renounce.
This may be a Bob-approved game. All right. This one, if Catman and I play it, we could really be a bunch of hosers.
Up here? Actually, that part doesn't matter anymore.
We don't call
now
Rum a hoser.
Getting out alive.
Well, it's either that or I use the B word.
You see,
surviving in the northern wilderness
I can't say
isn't
it.
easy.
Fuck.
You'll have to find food.
Oh, this looks.
Oh, they're making rain. They're making rain.
And preferably, not become some.
What about your hosers?
Don't use our words, Bob.
Things only get harder from here. Cold.
I can use your
thirst. Conflict.
Not
people use them. Yeah, people use American words all the time.
Another challenge.
Ain't gonna hear me complaining.
Oh, don't use our words.
Hey,
just when you think
wait a minute,
I got everything under control.
Actually,
I'm sorry to admit if I actually claim Canadian citizenship since my mother's parents were born in Canada.
It's not how that works.
Yeah. All right. This actually looks pretty nice, actually.
I mean, some countries do that. If your grandparents are from a country, you can claim it.
Yeah, he actually can. There actually is.
I think it could do that with Poland as well.
Yep. So tonight we got some stuff. I guess we'll start with the sad shit. We'll start with. Let's get some sad shit in before we get the more depressing, the more fun, laughable stuff. Okay, let's see here. I believe nope, that's not it. Okay, I will do this. There we go. R.I.P. Dolly Parton, the Queen of Nashville, the King of Tennessee. Sorry, the Queen of Tennessee. Now that was a fuck up. Freudian slip there. R.I.P. I am truly sad by this one. This not only was she a true feminist in every way. This is a humanitarian that I truly believe was like just pure awesomeness in every way. Dolly Parton was epic. Her just like some of the charities she had a charity for kids to learn that if you had pitched into stuff, they would Dolly Parton would send you books for your kids to read. And this program existed for a while. She's had other charities. I am sad to see her go. Like true woman of epicness. I'm not a country music guy. I am not a country music guy, and even I don't deny that this woman is amazing. And one of her best songs of all time, "Working 9 to 5," man. Who doesn't love "Working 9 to 5"? Do you have anything to say, Ethereal?
Actually, I've seen 9 to 5.
Really? You've never heard 9 to 5?
No, seen the movie.
No, it's not a movie.
Oh,
Dolly
yeah,
Parton.
I forgot there was a movie. I forgot there was a movie for Dolly Parton. I remembered. I just know the song. It's been a long time. I haven't seen 9 to 5 in almost.
The Chipmunks even promoted it.
Yeah, there was a movie. She has usually a couple movies, though. Dolly Parton had a couple movies. She has a movie where her and Sylvester Stallone are in it, and it's her trying to teach Sylvester Stallone to sing country.
What a concept! Parton,
that is an interesting thing.
That's Sylvester Stallone singing country. That's a.
Yep, that was the actual thing. I think she also was. I think she was in one of Burt Reynolds' movies, if I remember correctly, as well.
I know she had plenty of cameos in other movies.
Oh yeah, I think she did. Yeah, I haven't seen 9 to 5 in 20 years. I should actually dig that out. I should dig that up. That hurt. Hit my funny bone. Oof.
Not funny.
Not funny. No. Yeah. Dolly Parton is kind of awesome in a lot of ways. R.I.P. the Queen, man. Queen of country music. Sad thing to see her go. Really is. Now, next on the docket. We go from one tragedy to another. I can't believe we lost two OGs there today.
Yeah, I was. The chief told me about this other one, and I was like, "Why is everybody passing away? What's going on?"
Yeah.
You know, one of these days we're gonna hear about Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and other action heroes that. Dude, I'm gonna be torn up. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Oh, that's not it. Hold on a sec here. I gotta. There it is. Hate when stuff. Fuck. Yeah. Wait when my controller. Right when my keyboard's in the other room.
Why is your keyboard in the other room?
Because I use it for multiple. I have like 5 computers. I'm goddamn.
Over here, I'm thinking you're doing like long distance typing. It's like the fax machine was outdated a while ago.
I actually have on more than one occasion because I have one device that I have this computer's connected to 2 TVs. So yes.
I'm willing to believe that. I think the military and only very specific businesses use a fax machine still.
Yeah, basically that's about it. That's doctor's office use fax machines to this day, which is funny because an email would be functionally faster, but in a
For military, it's for documentation and what is it like? There's something about traceability and simplicity. It's one of the reasons they use it. I mean, hell, we still use the Windows 95 operating system on some computers. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. But R.I.P. Mr. Tim Curry. This guy's voice has been in so much stuff. For example, he was the Toxic Love from Fern Gully.
Hexus?
The
Yes, he was.
terrible father from the Wyatt Thornberries.
Yes,
I'm just going to keep on dragging my dollars with me, despite the fact that the older one obviously is not happy.
Yeah, but the Wild Thornberries, you have
Mr.
Hit me one time.
What he was also the voice of one of the characters. The only great thing about the Mighty Ducks cartoon was the fact that it had two of the greatest voice actors in cartoon history, and this is just list after list. If you really want this, you look this man up. Not only that, he's well known because he also became well known in the Memeverse for two iconic roles. One the Soviet guy. The next
There's only
is
one place I can escape capitalism.
space. But the next thing that made him awesome is like him being It the Clown. He was Pennywise. He was Pennywise.
You forgot the most memeable thing he's done.
Go ahead.
Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror is not only a meme, but okay. Rocky Horror is a weird phenomenon that even
it's just a jump to the left.
It's just jump to the left, jump to the right. Dude, my first girlfriend.
Oh God, not another story.
It's not my first girlfriend. I guess she'd be my my first girlfriend. My first girlfriend showed me Rocky Horror Show. My second girlfriend took me to Rocky Horror Show once, and my third girlfriend, we actually dressed up and went to a Rocky Horror Show event.
Oh,
and
God, this motherfucker pulling out the goddamn file cabinet.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, which girlfriend was this? Let me check.
Number three was the one where we dressed up. She dressed up like a guy, like wearing the whole thing. And then I dressed up like I had a bride outfit on and stuff. We stole her mother's wedding gown, which, by the way, really bad idea. And we went to this thing. And
how big was her mom?
Well, her mom. Well, keep in mind. Well, I was pretty skinny back then. I was like I had that Bruce Lee body back in the day. I had the fit arms. I didn't start gaining weight until
it's like trying to fit a mammoth in a rubber band.
I didn't start gaining real weight until my 20s. Like literally, it just like that wall hit me and my weight just went. I couldn't get rid of it. Like I could eat anything. Like there were days I would just eat. I have no problem. The second I turned 20, it was like. Rah!
Yeah, so he says the wall hit him, but I think he bashed through like the Kool-Aid man. I
did. Oh yeah. So no, this guy like it's funny because Tim Curry also like some of his greatest stuff was we kind of like I will never forget like The Clue. Clue is like my absolute favorite Tim Curry movie of all time. Is that movie?
That is just not shouting. Okay, I'm shouting.
Yeah, that is one of the best, and it is. Hello, DJ.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, and it is so sad to know that Tim Curry's gone, and we lost a great man. And yeah, no, I that's literally a lot of people's childhood just went poof. And it's sad. Like the thing is, dude, we thought we were going to lose him 3 times in a row, so I'm kind of happy we got him this long. But to lose him and Dolly Parton both at the same time absolutely sucks. Like I said, it's really kind of I feel shitty because I feel like not only was I we get 500 subs right when Tim Curry dies. Like, yeah, thanks, thanks, man.
It's not a good omen. It's a
It's not a
bad
good
omen.
omen. It's
a bad omen. I don't like it.
Yeah,
respect and condolences to the people that we've lost and their families.
Yep. The best we can do is that. And like I said, I really, really am kind of thing. Now let's get to the funny stuff. So if it's up here, if it doesn't want to come say hi, I'm gonna have to screw around with this for a little bit. There it is. So it's apparently, according to some Canadian sources, Donald Trump wants to make Lake Ontario Lake America. We usually don't talk politics here, but this is one of the more wackier, over-the-top, crazy things. I would have to.
It's going to be the best lake because it'll be our lake.
Yeah, he wants to take Lake Ontario and turn it into Lake America.
Okay, why that specific lake?
He's getting in a tariff fight. He's getting in a tariff fight with Canada, and Ontario is that. See, Ontario is the one thing stopping Donald Trump from taking Alberta, which he wants. He wants that entire left side of Canada. America does not. America wants the left side of Canada for a very, very long time.
Industry.
Yep. Industry, farming, trade. There's a lot there that they want. So that's the going theory that the idea of him doing this is just to.
It's like that ABBA song, "Gimme, gimme, gimme a Canadian after midnight."
Yeah. It's silly. It's absolutely silly, but it's something. When I heard this, there are Canadians that are so pissed. Come get it. Come this. Come down. I'm like, buddy, I don't know. I don't have any corroborating sources. Just the fact that people like Canadians are losing their shit over this. I'm like, guys, if we let it happen, it's funny as fuck that we let it happen. And if we don't let it happen, it's funny as fuck that he tried. Gulf of America is a real thing that he pulled off.
Yes.
We should be. I'm more worried about this trade crap that's going on in our country, in our two countries, that is really pushing, one side of the country to go to China and the other side to go to Alberta, the other side to go to America. Because
hey, if there's one battle he doesn't have to do, the continent is referred to as North America, so we don't got to fight for that.
Yeah.
North America includes Canada and Mexico.
Yeah. My problem with it is my problem will always be with the fact that excuse me, I don't want to see my currency fall apart over silliness like this. But to me, this is just silly. This is absolutely funny. But I had to bring it up. What's your thoughts on this, DJ? What's your thoughts on Lake America?
Which Ontario is going to be renamed Lake America, maybe?
According to certain news sources, apparently Donald Trump wants to make it Lake. He's thinking of calling it Lake America. He wants to change the name.
I'm wondering what it's like. You can argue like the statues being taken down. This is in a similar vein, but this is another Trump troll move, and generally Trump troll moves are hilarious.
They are. That's how I feel. I think this is just amusing.
See, if you're talking about your currency, it's like, wait, so if you put your currency in a container to save it for later, can you call it a loony bin?
Yes. Okay, so if you put it in a bin, you can't just put it in a container. It has to be a bin. All right.
Yeah, so, but I didn't want it to make it a little too obvious.
It's a candy dish, Ned.
Yeah, Ethereal, what's your thoughts
when a lady was selling the candy dishes at the yard sale, and he's like, oh, you could put other things in the dish. He's like, no, Ned, it's a candy dish. So back to you, Ethereal Dragon.
Okay, Ethereal, what's your thoughts on this, good sir?
Why bother? I mean, you still have It will ruin the whole home thing. Oh, well,
Look,
people they're supposed to be have the acronym for we found the Great Lakes. Then,
yeah. You guys are still fighting over the most silliest stuff. I don't think this is ever going to happen. But if it happens, if you
ain't
actually
nobody gonna be fighting for Lake Erie. That thing catches on fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna laugh if it actually hits off. If that hits off, boys and girls, I am going to think it's the funniest thing that he actually. If he pulls it off, I'll think it's funny. But there are a lot of very angry Canadians, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's absolutely silly. Speaking about absolutely silly, we're going to look at my review of the Kaiju Girl Carmelise, episode 5 and 6. Yes, I kept watching it until we can get Bob onto some other stuff here. Hold on here. Let me see if I can get that going. There it is. So, episode 5 and 6 of probably one of the silliest ideas for a series. So I'm going to break this down for those that weren't here for the previous review, like DJ Ronnie. So, there's this girl named Carmelise. She is an interesting girl. She has an interesting disease. Her disease, unfortunately, when she's stressed and has other issues, she starts turning into a kaiju. For those, you know what a kaiju is, right, DJ?
Yeah, monster like Godzilla.
Yep. She turns into a giant Godzilla monster. So, unfortunately, she's starting to find herself in the throes of, well, young love. So, unfortunately for poor Carmelise, she's found a boy that actually cares about her. See, in her mind, it was all about being left alone, her fear of people finding her monster form, and it has been it's been a fight for her to deal with the fact that she's constantly shifting and changing. She doesn't want to be a monster girl, and she doesn't like the fact that she's a monster girl. She wants to be a regular girl, but unfortunately, she's not. Now, to my I had a conversation with a friend of mine while watching this, and his thoughts were that he thinks this show is more about, the whole kaiju thing is more about like having somebody with cancer, like one of those situations where you have a girl dealing with a serious disease, and that's an unfortunate problem. So it's like, how something like that would be like how to date when you have a serious physical condition. And
okay.
There's some interesting ideas. Like one girl there has the power of, because she's so well versed in the ability of makeup, she can make herself look like, even though she's like a gorilla in physical appearance and stuff, she has the ability to hulk out and become super like muscular and become like a gorilla. She unfortunately is her unfortunateness is she doesn't want people to know that she has this shift in her body, that she actually kind of looks like a more monkey like when she doesn't wear her makeup, but she's really good at concealing her makeup.
Oh, for the boys who know, a makeup can turn anything into anything.
Yeah, it's funny because in her dream, she wants to now, because makeup has made her look better, make her feel better. She is now trying to become a beautician because she wants to actually make other women look beautiful. Her ideas of this. So it's an interesting story. When we get to some of the later episodes, Carmelise befriends this girl because she wants to kiss her, her new boyfriend, because the guy actually does become her boyfriend. Even her boyfriend was originally an overweight fat guy, a fat kid, but he pushed himself, built himself to be a more muscular man, and made himself. It's all about, actually, funny thing about the series, it's a lot about self-improvement in some ways, about making yourself a better person. He pushes himself to be a better person. And he really did fall for her like head over heels. He absolutely loves her. To, unfortunately, Carmelise, who doesn't want to risk it, but she's now fallen in love. and that's pushing her in a lot of ways. There's a situation here where, for example, in the episode where they go to their version of Disney World, she gets upset because she's slowly she kind of like she feels like she's just like this world like down on her, so she starts getting angry, so she starts transforming in the place, but he kind of brings her back. Another thing is she kisses him in one of the episodes because she wants to save her friend, so she figures if she transforms herself a little bit, she can like make a distraction so her friend can put her makeup on. Unfortunately for her, she can't control it, so she turns herself into a giant fucking kaiju. And now she's running around screaming, and she doesn't of course, her voice doesn't have anything. So my favorite moment is the kaiju, she actually goes down and kisses him in kaiju form, which is like, I wonder if he'll actually love me in this form as she walks away. Like it's kind of stuck in this double-edged sword. She doesn't know what to do. I like the show. It actually is a good show. I don't think Bob can watch it. I think Bob dropped Crunchyroll, so I don't think he can watch it. But for a romance show, it's not bad. Again, I do warn there is nudity, so forewarning in advance, because I know how some people are very uncomfortable with, how the Japanese portray nudity in their stuff. Japan doesn't care. Best way to put it. So DJ, what's your thoughts? Would you watch this? Would you watch this?
Yeah, it seems like a reasonable premise. I mean, it's would I watch it? I don't know if I'd watch it, but I wouldn't hate it. I might
Okay.
watch it, but it's like there's a list of isekai animes I never watched, and this is just another one when I could be watching mecha battles or something.
I gotcha. Speaking about mecha battles, we finally got to the episodes that people have been wanting for a while in the new Ghost in the Shell series. The Ghost in the Shell series, where you have the Major and the Puppet Master situation. That has been something people have been wanting to watch for a while, to see who did that. And it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the original Puppet Master stuff, because it is a different, way different variation from the original one. But we are leading into a new series that is really quite fun, and I'm actually enjoying how they did it. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're getting into the crescendo of the series. I don't know how far they're going to go, but this has been a great show. So far, I've absolutely loved every bit of this show. And yeah, no, I think honestly, it's worth a watch. If you're a fan of Ghost in the Shell, definitely watch this show. Alrighty, so next on the docket, we have some more cat. So that is it, boys and girls. We have gone through the list of reviews and shows that we wanted to talk about tonight. Other than that, the Lake America thing's the most funniest thing. And like I said, RIP to some classics, some legends that we lost, and that sucks. But we've gone through them. So on our 500th episode show, we have a brand new video game to look at. Big question on the docket, though. I have a question for everybody here. What old video game do you want? Considering the fact we're getting a Golden Axe game, we're getting a Golden Axe TV show cartoon. What cartoon would you like to see being made? That from the old retro stuff, like old
not
retro
every video game needs not every video game needs a movie, but
let's say cartoon. Which one do you?
I would still like to maybe see Metroid, perhaps.
Okay, Metroid. Okay, so there's Metroid. By the way, DJ, are you going to be playing tomorrow the Golden Axe games? Are you actually playing the two games I suggested?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess I could take a look. See in a moment after I assemble this controller that I just got a wire for.
Okay. No, we definitely want to see you do that. Okay, Bob, which one do you want? As we start the game, we're going to be playing Don't Feed the Monkeys because Bob has never seen Don't Feed the Monkeys. And I think Don't Feed the Monkeys is amazing. It is a crazy, crazy game.
Okay, enough about the fucking video game. Jesus. You ask me a question and then you move on to the video game. Fuck you. But retro game that's turned into, this could be a movie or a cartoon / TV series, Shadow Man.
Okay. All right.
It needs to be done in that 90s grunge, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're asking for a game that I don't think we get. We'll see if the are we no, we're not feeding yet.
I'm tired of these adult horror anthologies being so PC. It's not even funny. It's like, I like Shadow Man because it is visceral.
Come on, let's get that Don't Feed the Monkey. There we go. We're good. Yeah, I get you. Damn GOG causing me more grief. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's turn down the music volume by a significant amount. Let's turn the sound volumes by a significant amount. Let's turn that VSync on. Okay. All right. All right. So, Ethereal, which one would you like to do?
A Zelda game that actually, follows the actual lore, and not just the monsters just don't actually die, and they just return to the underworld, and the whole fact with the original cartoon, just in the whole "excuse me" process. I mean, yes, it's enjoyable for kids to an extent, but let's face it, that's not really how Link is. How
Twilight Princess, the anime.
Is.
Yep. So, okay, but I was asking you which one you want to get made. I wasn't asking you, like...
Yes, like I said, I want a Zelda game, a Zelda cartoon that actually is more like the games than the cartoon that we had in the 90s.
Okay,
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess might be good, yeah. So we have somebody's taking pictures of people. What are you doing? Who are you taking a picture of? Ooh, it's a very good viewpoint he's doing. So what is he doing?
Are we looking at a fucking First Amendment auditor?
He's taking topless photos. Flash, dollars. This guy's being a pervert, man.
He's being a chief?
Yep. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's just like being a complete perv. Like, look at him. He's like, I'll be waiting for you at 4.
I did that when I got when I bought my first telescope. I didn't know how to use it, so I set it up in the same way. But it was more like to see really distant stuff, like nothing weird. But like it was interesting because like I was able to see something that was like 5 miles down range, and obviously I couldn't collimate the mirror until I assembled it, but like until I got it outside properly set up. But it was just a fascinating experiment.
All right.
What if this guy's just talking dirty about stars? What if he just has a big affiliation with Big Dipper because it's called Big Dipper?
Okay, so someone's sneaking photos. Camera, sneaking photos. Star. Okay. We don't have anything for star yet. We're going to be looking for more. Let's see here. Dollars. Oh. Another guy wanting to talk to us.
I said, well, good for him. Can we talk about something?
Yes. So I'm waiting for people to talk about games. I've given you guys their list. Like, I want to hear what games you want to talk about. Well, I'm playing Don't Feed the Monkeys.
All right, so we've already answered your questions.
I played Elite Dangerous, and I was doing the training mission, and I don't fucking understand it. Like, I can like use my beam weapon to like power a control panel, enter the station, and then like either I don't know if I'm running out of power or if I'm hitting the wrong button, but I feel like I should be able to use both the keyboard and mouse, and that's what the settings say I can do. But it seems like certain keyboard functions didn't work. Then I figured out how to turn the mouse on alongside the gamepad, and I still don't know what button I'm supposed to press. Maybe I should just go get a key map now that I think I got the controls fixed. Get a a nice diagram like that tells me what keys do what in a visual way. Put on my right monitor and give it another go, because I feel like there's no point in me playing Elite Dangerous unless I can at least get through the training mission.
Uh-oh. I don't know what lab is going on here, but we got some interesting stuff with a bio lab here. We got a couple things going on there, Bob. Okay, so let's see what we have in the fridge today. We can get food, drink. Let's see if we have in the. Oh, we have ourselves some hot dogs, and we have ourselves some apples. We also got some jobs up here. So we can be dog walkers. We can do little side jobs here. You know what? Let's do a side job just to get some extra cash so we can order pizza and something like that. A Bob special. We want to make sure we have rent. We got to make sure we got that rent money. Oh.
Yeah, make sure you have rent. All right, little bro, go play your game in the corner while the adults talk. So, yeah, DJ, any recent things you've been doing on your end with your streams or videos?
Well, I might have something for this week because just recently the raw images of the Artemis mission got released. So like when you take a picture on a digital SLR camera, they use a format or a variation of formats called raw format, and some companies have their own, but it's basically like an undeveloped photo. So when you take a raw picture, what you're supposed to do is put it in an application like Adobe Lightroom or one of the free alternatives, and when you adjust the contrast and you adjust the black light or the dark shadows and all of that stuff, when you adjust the highlights and the shadows and the midtones, the idea is that you're not saving it to the image, you're saving it to like almost like a separate file that tells the software, like whenever you open this image, reference this list of changes. And the reason you do that is because normally when you take a picture on a camera, it does take a raw and then it immediately does some processing on it to make it look like a normal picture. So when you get a raw, one of the weird things you can do is that even when the camera is doing some automatic stuff, you can go back to the original image. Like let's say you have a picture of a box car in the middle of a sunny desert. And when you crank up some of the adjustments, you can suddenly see stuff in the invisible shadow area. Whereas if you save it as a regular JPEG or a PNG, all those details remain hidden because when you adjust it again, you're destructively adjusting it. So it's like a non-destructive way to do that. And
would this be the same way people would get those ghost photos caught on camera or whatever
potentially
when they're messing with it?
Way, but you could do that. You totally could. And when people do like, problem is like that's one of the funny things is that flat earthers will sometimes get a picture from like the Apollo program, like a scanned image of like the moon or the earth from whatever angle, and they'll crank up the adjustments in Photoshop until you see like large contrast squares, almost like weirdly colorized like squares that surround the image, and they'll say, see, look, this is evidence it was Photoshop. Is this true? If you take an image and you manipulate it in Photoshop and then you resave it, the part that wasn't there originally will often have like invisible details that you can bring out by doing those adjustments. But in the case of the images they're taking, it's like, well, you didn't even take a raw scan. You took a picture that NASA resaved using the process I used. And so it's like, you're just being disingenuous here because you can get the raw image and do the same thing and it wouldn't do that. But they're stupid, so they don't.
Yeah, the truth is out. The Earth is actually donut shaped.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said it was shaped like a pear, and because he said it had, because he's such, Neil deGrasse Tyson's always about the semantics, so he's got to like always act like he's smart by being like smarter by saying, like the thing that not everyone knows offhand, and it's like then the flat earth is like, aha, see, he's saying it's a pear shaped now.
Well, it's not hopefully, spherical.
Yeah, it's not. That's correct, but it's like when someone, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a pear.
Yeah, there's no pear, like that. There's no angle where it looks like.
It's like the only argument that you would have of the Earth being pear-shaped is something about its magnetic field, depending on where it is.
That's another story, yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, but even then, I'd argue it's lemon-shaped if you want to include the magnetic field and in relation to other solar entities.
Man, this guy is a real sleazebag.
I know Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
But basically, we got lunar surface pictures and the Earth, and some of them are like unprocessed. But when you process them, you can bring out some interesting detail. In one picture, they cranked up the sensitivity of the sensor, and then they took a picture of the Earth on the dark side, so it looks like the daytime side of the Earth, but it's night, and you can see things on the edge, like you actually see the atmosphere glow. You can see what they call the sodium line, which glows in the same color as a street light. It's like this orange color, and that's because when meteorites enter the atmosphere, they make that dust, and the dust ionizes and gets electrically charged, and it'll glow like an orange sodium light.
You get the green effect.
You do, because they cranked up the ISO so much that it does do that.
Like ocean sunset, the green effect. I can't remember what they call it for the life of me. There's a proper term or name. It's not just called the green effect. I think it's just referred to as the green flash. Because the way the sunlight hits the ocean water, because you kind of see it through the ocean water for like a split second.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that's what would you say? Not extravagant. Accentuated when you're in space. So if you have a certain angle of the Earth with the sunset, and you have the angle just right, like let's say you're looking at Earth from the perspective of Pacific Ocean is at a certain angle, and then the sun goes around the Earth, or from your perspective, the sun looks like it goes behind the Earth. I'm not going to get into the semantics of that, but you get what I'm saying. I wonder if you'll have a more extreme or minute version of the green flash, because the way the atmosphere in the ocean is angled.
Also, one of the green flashes you'll get, like especially from the space view, is the auroras on the polar regions.
Yeah,
green there.
That one does make sense.
Green, and is ionizing in the same manner as the sodium line, which is continuous and very thin. The auroras, of course, are much more distinct. But the ocean thing, I'm not sure I'm familiar. If you mean like you can see it from like a wider shot, or is this like from like a close,
when you were saying from perspective of Earth from outer space, there is would you say the sodium? So sometimes you'd get the orange flash in the atmosphere based on the sun's light refracting. Because that's the same thing with the green flash, is it's light refraction just before it goes on the other end. I wonder if you get your angle just right from I said the Pacific Ocean specifically because it's the largest ocean. That way it'd be easiest.
It sounds a lot like how they do spectroscopy. So one of the earlier ways that they figure out what elements are in the atmosphere of exoplanets that are far away is having a planet that passes where the atmosphere in a given region passes between, us and its parent star. So we already know the spectra of the parent star, which we've already long ago pointed a spectrometer or a spectroscope. Basically, it's a prism, and if you shine sunlight from a telescope through a prism, you get that rainbow color like the Pink Floyd album.
Yeah, I was just like Pink Floyd.
Yeah, just like. I mean, it's just like I know it's I did this on a stream once. Someone was like, I never thought someone would work Pink Floyd into a topic about space, but there we have it. Well, at least this particular topic. But
I mean, how many sci-fis have data crystals? It's a lot of facets
Babylon
of information.
And on Babylon 5, they use them like flash drives, which is actually really and also cool.
It's like, how do you project data on it? But then I think about it, and it's like, okay, yeah, crystal has facets within its layers, and it's like
structure on the inside too. And also they are working on a technology where like they essentially print with lasers on the inside of the crystal. In fact, you could pay. There's a company right now like where it's more like a let's see, let me get the exact company. It's a thing like store data backup pay. Like there's actually there's a weird Google search. 5D data crystal. Data is etched into a pure fused quartz crystal using a femtosecond laser. During durability, the quartz structure, resist extreme heat and all of that shit. And let me see if I can find a company. I think it's called 5dmemorycrystal.com, and you can order a crystal. You got to put in an order form. And a while ago, I did the price of it.
There are several organizations that are trying to figure out a way to crystallize memory and information.
Oh, this company already figured it out. Like you can literally pay. So, for example, like now the problem is that, like,
but it's not exactly like
totally,
now, Chief, shut up with the semantics. They're getting there.
It totally works. Like you could literally like have one sent to you, but yes, you don't have divided device. Divided device is 30 grand. The reading device is 6 grand. But like, you can actually buy the crystal and have it mailed to you, and it's a 5-inch crystal disc. Actually, this one might be more like what Org is talking about, because I don't think the one I'm thinking about is actually more crystal-like. But I was trying to get. Okay, I'll just get the info. But like, 13 terabytes. I had a.
I mean, hell, the readers would be very advanced pieces of tech, because you would have to go down to like the micron level. Let's say the data on the data crystal is film, so to speak. So you're going to have an entire film reel going down a single facet, and it's going to have to find that specific area, look at it, and then go down from it. And then from another one this is the sound that was recorded. So it's going to have to run those two data sets at the same time within this crystal.
Here we go, $150 per sample to $250 per sample. They got like a list of these here, and usually like you're doing them like on a on a short run. So like what they do is you just gotta get the price when you order it, basically. But like I remember I priced it out, and it was like basically the equivalent of like a 20 terabyte or whatever it was. It was like a smaller size that was more of a novelty, just to have like some on crystal, like your memories, or so even though you can't read it, you can now put it in your time capsule. And then they had another option that was a little bit more serious, but even that one was like look more like a beta offering. Like they can like change the offering at any time and stop offering it. But the real one is there is an optical media that they are for real new. Let me just get the
wait. By that logic of you printing memories on crystals, does that mean if I do some dark science on the Chief when he passes away, I could turn his brain into a kyber crystal?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a kyber crystal, it'd be a quartz crystal, but yeah, absolutely. So.
Well, yeah. I want to turn the Chief into a lightsaber. It'd be very powerful. Great at giving headaches.
You might have to make arrangements to dope the crystal in some of the elements so that like it behaves. But if like you have to dope it, the company might say, "We're not putting that in our $30,000 reader. We don't want the fucking laser lasing twice out." But maybe if you could coat the crystal, then yeah, you could probably come up with something.
You need the lightsaber to behave. Chief, listen to me. We're about to die. Come on now.
Nah, not now. I don't feel like it.
You motherfucker! That would be the thing too. Is like I would set up an SD card with it so you could play old games, like Castlevania and shit.
Spoogle the lightsaber will only work when Spoogle the lightsaber decides to work.
Exactly. It's moody.
Yep.
The Chief's very
if
moody.
I get a kitty, will you? Ooh, kitty!
Yep.
Here it is, Folio Photonics, and basically it's like a 10 terabyte optical disc. One data per disc. I'm sorry. So they got different ones, but like they got cartridges that are 10 terabyte. But even a 1 terabyte disc would be a game changer. Like especially if they truly are $5 per terabyte. It's like that would be a game changer right there. It's like because optical media is still. I saw these people on recently like making videos about doing optical media. Like I bought some Blu-ray discs to back up my porn and to get it off my computer in some cases. Just so I could have it like, like not waste space because I don't really need it.
Whoa.
Well, I always backed up real data, but no, it's stuff that I didn't want to
DJ, why is Reggie wearing a bikini?
He's not. He dressed as a Chippendale dancer. I really sent that to someone the other day. But anyway, what was weird was when I asked for a Chippendale dancer, it gave me Reggie like as a fucking furry with like muscles. It was a furry Reggie with muscles, like a furry, Like he had like a nose like a furry, and then like he had metal abs, and then he was wearing stockings for some reason, and like dress shoes.
Reggie, what happened to you, man?
I didn't show him that. Don't tell him I did that.
Okay.
I don't want that part of his personal lore. I just couldn't do it.
Personal lore? Hey, did you give him amnesia?
No, yeah. I didn't tell him that. I revended him that way because that was a one-off anyway, and it's a joke. But I did it for the birthday. I wanted it to be like I wanted it for someone. I wanted him to wish Snow Shepherd a happy birthday, dressed as a Chippendale dancer. I figured like, oh, girl is like a big buff guy like this, and it just looks wrong.
Yeah.
So the thing about so bottom line, so the reason I saw these people bragging about the use of Blu-ray, which is fine. Like, if you get a 4K Blu-ray drive.
If Bob was watching the video, he might catch what we're running into.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the old guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Is he in jail? I mean, a lawyer?
No. But Bob hasn't caught him yet.
He looks like a guy who who's now at the lawyer. Like, I need your help to help me through this court case.
We got the female Chris Hansen sitting here. Christina Hansen.
This guy was bragging about. He's like, okay, so like standard Blu-ray is like 25 gig burnable disc to 50 gigs. The 4K drives that can burn 4K discs, which is weird because like when you buy a 4K drive, by default they don't play 4K movies. Like they literally, you have to downgrade the firmware just to get them to play the 4K movies, and that includes copying them. But what they're for mainly is for data storage, and you can get 100 gig discs, which the prices are not really that economical. 100 gig discs, it's only because hard drive prices went up by so much that it's almost economical to use 100 gig discs. But like still, me replacing like a 4 terabyte hard drive with like the 40 discs is not a good time, But there's certain data sets where maybe it makes sense to either put it there as a backup or like things that you don't need immediate access to that you can offload. So if I can even save like 1 terabyte here and there, then 10 discs is not a lot of effort depending on the data set. So
the guy who is a driver who's sneaking photos in an attic. So we got this mystery going on. So let's say driver, limousine driver.
All right, carry on, DJ.
So anyway, those are the options for storing data on Blu-ray discs. So as much as I wanted to get 100 gig discs for certain data sets, like normal ones, like it was just like still sound like they were overpriced in my opinion and all this. So there's one guy goes like, oh yeah, Blu-ray disc, and then what is he using it for? He's using it to store music so he can play it on his media server. I'm like, dude, like music doesn't even take that much space. I don't care how much music you have, like that does not, like, I guess the one thing about the music is that at least if he has a lot, he could fit all of it onto one disc, but it's still like, really, that's what you're using it for? And it's like, I could put a Blu-ray drive on my server, make it accessible on a network, but then like, it's like, that defeats the purpose. The point is have the music and the movies on the hard drive so that I can pick them on a whim and play them when I want. If you have a music disc in the Blu-ray drive, that means you can't play music if you have to do something else with that disc. It's just like, it seemed like a really almost like the guy, just for making it the sake of making a video, the guy decided he would say, oh, use it for music. But I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe some people just don't have as many hard drives as me yet. But I do hope that 1 terabyte.
If the man owns the disc, that's his. I understand your logic is like, yeah, it may not be the most efficient thing, but
you're right.
Hell, I ain't gonna stop him.
I'm not gonna stop him either. Yeah, no, you're right. Like that's true. Like it doesn't matter how dumb I think it might seem. Like I would never like condescend to say he shouldn't do it. I mean, I could say I don't think I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's the best use. But like, yeah, it's different than like saying like I can't think of a scenario where I say absolutely. Like the only time I'd say if someone was buying like lots and lots of RAM and then destroying it just for the fun of it, I might say that it might not be illegal because they bought it, but I would still have an issue with it on a personal level. It'd be more like I don't really have a way of legally. Well, I might maybe if they're buying too much RAM, like sort of like when people buy like the Nike sneakers waiting online and then they resell them.
Yeah, I could see in a specific instance for this guy if he downloaded not just a song's MP3 but also an MP4 file, so it's like the Vivo music video for each of the songs, and it's in like the top quality. I could see that. Because everybody knows when you pull up music on a PC, you have the option to just leave it in the background. Sometimes you'll have the fun little colors doing their thing. But other times, I guess if you want us to rewatch a music video, I don't know, let's say hypothetically Destination Unknown in 4K.
Yeah, I got you. So I do like how this game is like kind of like you are slowly getting more information as time goes on.
And Chief's still playing his game.
Yes, Bob. That is like part of the channel.
I mean, yeah, so is talking.
Yes, exactly. But no, I actually do think the whole crystal thing is an interesting. Like I've had people talk. We've talked about that before. I'm not sure if we'll ever get to the level that I want us to see, but I like. Are we going to get to that Star Trek, like Sekiro flash drive thing where they had like the super small one? That one, I'm like, I wonder if that'll ever become a thing. But I don't know. That's a hard.
I'll be right with you. The data crystal seems like too complicated for what it's worth. It feels more like ornamentation before performance, especially in the production process and the transmission of data.
No, also like
making it flat like an optical disc would make more sense than making it into a shape like a crystal, like you're saying. That does sound performative. You're not wrong.
Yeah, like I could see it as like a Centauri thing, because we all know the Centauri.
Well, I don't think we're going to see that yet. Like, it's a lot of that stuff's coming up in the future. Who knows? Like, I don't know. It's kind of debatable. Like, right now, we're creating our own diamonds at this fucking point. Like, we've gone that far in our technology. And when do we hit that peak? And like, some of these diamonds are so well done.
They're better. Usually, diamonds have historically been better when they're fake, but like the diamond industry convince people, and women are like, oh well, heaven forbid I wear a fake one. I need to show my friends that I have a nice diamond too, and all this shit. But like, one thing I did learn.
That's a great way to ruin a marriage. Is get one of those gem breeder devices. It's like when you put the little nozzle above the gemstone, and there's the little meter. It's like that's a great way to ruin someone's marriage, especially if they're insecure.
Mm-hmm. That's true, and it's funny though because like it's definitely a source of consternation. And one cool thing I like about the lib is when they like talk about the blood diamonds. Is now you got some wives who are actually like, yeah, okay, I'll go with a moissanite, asteroid diamond instead of real diamond because like blood diamonds. So you know what, like that hippy dippy bullshit has one benefit in that regard at least because it's like I appreciate that a diamond was in the ground for like millions of years and all this stuff, but really it's not really that important. Like if you can make a better diamond in the lab, if I was a girl, I'd rather have the fake diamond. Like who the fuck can tell? Like just like the only time they can tell is when you get an obscenely large diamond, and that's like instantly recognized as a lab diamond. So maybe I'd get a smaller one just to show like that I can like make it.
Well,
they'd be rolling around with the ring pop diamond.
They're like people have been saying that shit is getting that good.
No. It has to be made by Superman. Oh, nothing.
Yep.
Wait, what? You want Kryptonian? Like a Kryptonian gem or whatever it is? Kryptonite. Yeah, that's the material. You want uranium on your finger? Okay.
No, it has to be made by Superman. I want him to take a piece of carbon, crush it, to create it.
Hey, Superman, here's a piece of coal.
Oh, we might have gotten the name for this actress, the Cotton Princess. What is that? Okay, so we're gold. Okay, we might actually have gotten something from this guy. This we might be able to bring this guy to justice.
What is the thing with blood diamonds? Does it even have real blood in it?
It's like a kid literally died in a fucking diamond mine or some crazy shit, or there was a war.
Okay, in Africa, the way that works is the reason it's called blood diamonds is because legitimately Africa has had notorious for using children in slave labor to get these small diamonds out of the mountain range. And oh boy, is it nasty.
They made a movie called Blood Diamond. It had this guy who looked like really, really African. Like he was from like one of those places, and he went through this ordeal where basically like he must have gotten his hands on a diamond. Maybe I think he got his hands on it legitimately, or maybe he just decided when I quit this job I'm gonna also take a diamond. And these are places where I remember like learning years ago. I don't know if this was a rumor or true, but they supposedly had like X-ray machines when you leave the mines to make sure you didn't have anything in your mouth or your butt.
We got the actress here. Her name is Ashley Applegate. Ashley Applegate. Okay.
Okay, so Blood Diamond is more so the process, not so much the material itself.
Correct.
The process of receiving the material. Okay. Because I know there's that fad that comes around every year of like K Jewelers is like, get your very own chocolate diamonds for Valentine's Day or where the fuck. It's like, yes, let's waste money on a more impure product, but sell it as if it is valuable. So you want the poo-poo brown gem? Okay, have the poo-poo brown gem.
You have chocolate gold coins?
Have a taste. You'll see if it's chocolate. That one has a peanut in it.
What's up, Boris?
Hello, money.
Good to hear your voice, man. But yeah, like the gelt, the Jewish chocolate candy you get around that my Jewish friends get around Passover.
Yeah, I remember the chocolate coins. Yeah. Is it just me, or is the chocolate they use for those coins different? Because it's supposedly milk chocolate, but there's like a difference in the taste.
It's kosher.
Yeah. All depends on the chocolate, what type of chocolate you get and where you get it from. It actually does have a flavor note and a variation of what you actually are enjoying.
Yeah.
And
it's what is it, like smoother in the same way that some white chocolate has that smoother, I guess you'd say, taste. It's not as pure as like just biting into a Hershey's milk chocolate.
Yeah. Some dark chocolates are really phenomenal. It all depends on the flavor.
Also depends on the price tag too.
Yep.
I remember having those wine mom moments where you bite into a thing of dark chocolate, expecting it to, send you to pure euphoria like they do in the commercials, but it's just like, this is nothing. Why was the woman making a face?
Well, white chocolate determining on what like it all depends.
No, I said dark chocolate. Like this is the that luxury of like Lindor dark chocolate. For like your depressing wine mom nights. Bite into it and make a face as if you're happy in life.
Yeah, I'll never get the logic of.
I was expecting that thing to send me to like Cloud 9 or some shit, but I was like, man, this woman is a liar. Yeah, she's really that lonely. Goddamn.
Well,
Granted, it's an advertisement.
Yeah, it's an advertisement, so yeah. But there are a lot of women out there that like chocolate. Chocolate is like a crutch.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Everybody has their vices.
Hey, chocolate's great.
It is. It all depends. It actually,
not if you're diabetic.
Allergic to chocolate.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're ordering and like what type of chocolate you have. Like some chocolates are actually very healthy for you, determining on low dosages. You can actually get a lot out of it.
Microdose on chocolate.
No, actually, no. Chocolate has been known for a couple things. You can actually look it up, man.
I know. I still think it's funny to microdose on chocolate. Because I normally we call that eating disorder. Bob wants to have fun today. Okay. Let me have fun.
Mm-hmm. Never.
Yeah, you never do with all the shit you have me watch. You peaked with Babylon 5, and then you had me watching this other stuff.
Oh, we might have just found the we got a VHS tape of this guy. We might actually have
Any other weird
Peter.
ads, DJ? I would say any other ads that is like, you are not doing this if you purchase this product, you know?
The McDonald's make your own McDonald's toy set. That shit was like not making burgers at all. But that's
okay.
That's notorious. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where it's like with the
Disney World and they're happy, but in reality you're waiting on lines or something like that. I'm trying to think here.
Yeah, that or the parents are telling the brats to go away while they get wasted at the fancy club that they wasted money on.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
So Disney, the thing about Disney is it's funny. There's been a lot of weird stuff that's come out for Disney. We got some failed toy products we're going to be looking at sometime in the future, but right now, I that's all in the future stuff. I do still want to do commercials. The one commercials I want to do is iconic horror movie commercials. And there's a couple of them I'm trying to find right now. I'm actually looking for them at this moment. But I got a couple that we're going to be having a good laugh at.
The PlayStation 3 baby ad.
No, that's not horror, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, that's horror.
Yeah.
That is unsettling horror.
So our actress, they arrested the man. See, we solved the clue, guys.
Yay. Pop the poppers, shake the maracas, I don't know, blow out the candles, happy birthday.
We figured out the clue now. We figured out the clue now. Do.
Oh, 5 gum. That's another one. It's like, yes, I'm going to chew gum and then go into a wind tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I kind of have respect for the 5 gum ads because they're just out there.
Bob is friend with Inuyasha. Noted.
Yeah, Bob doesn't want to talk about Don't Feed the Monkeys for some reason.
Which one? Is this the game we're playing? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's called Don't Feed the Monkeys. It's a mystery game where you actually are a peeping Tom and you actually are secretly acquiring and gathering information on what's going on. You have some insane stuff, and stuff gets weirder and weirder. Most recent stuff was this actress that was being photoed. You've now, by your help, you've effectively closed a cage, and you stopped some pervert from being a dick to the selling these photos on the black market. So you saved an actress's career. And so from now on, as you go, you buy more cages. As you grow the cages, you get to find out more information. Like, for example, different stuff like happening. Like Bob loves certain thing. Like, look at these chickens right here, Bob. Ain't these chickens cute? Like, chicken. Well, what if I said to you there might be other things looking for those chickens later on? But,
I'm trying to entertain myself so I don't fall asleep, Chief.
But we're solving mysteries, Bob.
Oh, good for you.
Bow, bow, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Any other day I may be a bit more approving of this game. At the moment, no, I'd like to have conversations with people now that we have them.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because how often am I honored with the presence of DJ Ronnie?
Yep, I gotcha.
Once a week on average.
Yeah, I'll say once a week, yeah.
But
I like the space
you
talks.
Only get him once every 3 weeks, unless I don't know. Maybe Ethereal shows up on other days when I don't show up.
Yeah, but I don't get to talk with space with Ethereal Dragon. You got the math. You got the big brain.
Speaking of that, so what the hell was that? My friend sent me a video. It's about the Large Hadron Collider, and
wait,
obviously
Hadron Collider?
Yeah, right. If you misread the word, it looks like that.
Whoa.
I just think it's funny. Because it's like picturing that would be. Maybe I'll get an AI picture of that. But anyway, so.
But I say it. That's going to be my next name for like the off-brand boner pills I make is the Hard-On Collider. Gas station boner pills.
It'll really accelerate.
All right, like that's gonna be the one funny thing is I'm gonna have to pick up Schedule 1 sooner or later. And when I do pick up Schedule 1, we're gonna have a good chuckle because we know what Bob's gonna be doing now. He's gonna be making all the boner pills.
Well, yeah, it's either that or make an extra dollar by, I don't know, having bum fights in the back lot.
So we're gonna move. Don't feed the monkeys.
Taking bets. Taking bets now.
We are going to. You know what? We have not played some Stardew Valley in a while because Bob doesn't want to.
No, I'm really not going to engage.
Yeah, I know. Well, you were engaging in the first place, so.
Yeah. Because why would I?
Yeah. So
if I'm not playing game, I'm not going to engage with game.
All right, so we're going to look at probably some. We could do that. We could look at Heroes of Mighty Magic. I could
Heroes
play
3?
Songs of Conquest. No, yeah, but you know, I don't want to play.
If you play Songs of Conquest, I'm going to judge your strategy every step of the way.
But I did hear something interesting in the Large Hadron Collider video. That's why it involves space time.
Oh, go ahead, man. You're totally welcome to. You're actually Bob. He's only that simple.
I mean, I want you to finish your thought. I just want to make sure.
Simple, simplistic co-host.
Damn right, I'm simple. And for some reason, you still can't follow the fucking simple list. I don't know why it's so hard.
Nope.
You haven't picked up after the almost year we've been doing this.
What year's that?
I said almost year that we've been, doing this channel. It's like, yeah, Bob doesn't get enthralled in the games. He gets enthralled in the conversations with the guests.
I'm well aware.
Either way, carry on, DJ.
Yeah, carry on, DJ. Just ignore the cranky, sleepy Bob.
I sent this video about the Large Hadron Collider, and while I don't buy into the Mandela effect premise, especially like just because the collider is off doesn't mean anything. They could have just turned it off to do maintenance, but like the claim is that when they started turning on the collider back in like 2011 or 2012, that's when the people started noticing changes in things like movies and Fruit of the Loom logo, right? That's one of them. But what got me interested was a paper that was like being discussed, like a preprint of a research paper, I guess, and it was like basically saying that like there's a scenario where you do an experiment and you get the results back before you expect to get them back because they're coming from the future. Yeah. And what jumped out at me is that I understand that when you go really fast, when you accelerate very quickly, or when you are on a large gravitational mass like a planet that's heavy or a large black hole, the more gravity there is, or the more you're accelerating. And bear in mind, acceleration, if you're inside a rocket and you don't know you're inside a rocket, like let's say you have really good soundproofing, you would think you were standing on a planet. Like if you accelerate at the right rate, it feels just like you're standing on Earth, for example. And it turns out that whether you're accelerating or you're under that equivalent amount of gravity, time is impacted. Like time will literally move slower. If you put an atomic clock on a vehicle that's accelerating at a high speed, or if you put an atomic clock that synchronizes the clock you have, in a gravitational field that's very a very heavy thing like a black hole, it will like appear to tick slower at a distance. So if you bring that clock back, you'll see it'll be synchronized. The clock will have experienced less time. That's sort of the premise in Project Hail Mary. He took 3 years to get to the planet. It really took 13 years to get there, but from his perspective, Ryan Gosling's perspective, it was 3 years basically. So the thing is that if you take a particle accelerator, usually use very light things that almost have no mass, because that's the only thing you could bring up to like 99% the speed of light using magnets, is something that doesn't weigh much. And they do it to see like what happens when you slam, and they have to slam multiple particles of charged or ionized hydrogen in a loop, and maybe you get lucky after it goes around in circles a few times, two of those pieces, those atoms will smash into each other at a very high speed, and you'll get to then collect data on what happens when this happens. Because of course, the theory is that this is reproducing conditions that were similar at the beginning of the universe. So now, the thing that's interesting is that if you could reproduce like very massive objects slamming into each other at very high accelerations, time dilation is not exempt. So I don't know how you can exploit this to get like, some kind of time travel, but I think there's a way. And while the video might not be right, I am excited by this prospect. I don't know, like I'm trying to get Reggie to write help me write a story on this, but like, I don't want to be too hand wavy here, but there is a chance that like you could. Because the bottom line is it's a fact that like for example, there was an astronaut on. This is not my favorite example, but it's a valid example. There's an astronaut on the space station who has a twin brother. There's a protein in your body that like you can use to determine aging, or at the very least you can compare it to your twin and see that you're aging the same way. Well, when that guy came back from the station, it showed that he was like fractions of a second younger than his brother now, because of the time dilation, meaning that if that was like over a longer journey at a higher speed, the difference would be even more noticeable. Now the GPS is a better example, because GPS is like, even if like time dilation sounds like bullshit and I tell you, oh, when there's gravity or when you're going really fast, there's an imaginary bubble around you where time moves slower. People still don't buy that, because they say, no, but the clock, my dad would argue with me, he's like, oh, but the clock is mechanical and it's ticking the same way. I'm like, yes, I understand that. And from the perspective of the guy who's sitting next to the clock, it's behaving exactly as it should. But if you had like a magnifying lens that could see that fast-moving object as it's moving, you would see that the clock is appearing to tick slower. So the thing is,
doesn't
GPS
this follow in the fundamentals of the theory of relativity?
Yes, it does. And that's the thing, but like it sounds like just math and shit when you hear it that way. So what's cool is with the GPS, they're orbiting the Earth at like, let's say 20,000 miles an hour or some shit like that, and they do that for like years on end. And when you launch a GPS satellite, the Air Force, 30-second Space Wing, whatever they call it, it's got a cool name. It's not a Space Force. They have to, there's an atomic clock on every GPS satellite. Every one of them has an atomic clock, because GPS essentially sending like GPS sends 3 pieces of info. And just give you an idea of what those are, I'm just gonna double check here. So they send the time and status, so that's the exact time, the GPS date, time, and the operating status of the satellite. Then it sends the ephemeris data. Now, ephemeris data, it just means orbital data and clock correction parameters. So mainly like where it's orbiting. So like it's expecting to be orbiting in this circle around the Earth at this given time, and based on this information, you now know where it is going to be in the past and the future. And then it has something called almanac data, low resolution orbital and status information for every satellite in the constellation. So it's got information about its own ephemeris, and it's got less precise data about every satellite in the GPS constellation. So your receiver receives basically a signal saying, hey, at the time I sent the signal, this was the date and time, and this is exactly where I was when I sent that information. And then your GPS receiver like, hey, the time is a little bit off because there's a delay from the time the microwave transmission got transmitted to the atmosphere, and it's going to do the math on that and 3 other satellites. And then based on
also could be an atmosphere dispersion that's happening that could be disrupting the temporal value. It isn't necessarily guarantee anything. It's always
no. That's figured out. The atmosphere is absolutely figured out in that. I mean, even if like it's off a little bit, because the thing is that relativity. Let me make sure I understand before I assume what you said. Are you countering or adding that it might not be relativity that causes the discrepancy? It could be purely due to the atmospheric dispersion?
No, both have an equation. They can be valued.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I understand. That's cool. No, I was just curious. There's a debate to be had if it's like we're gonna rule out this other thing altogether in lieu of this, but that's not what you were saying. So that's cool.
No, that wasn't what I was saying. I'm just saying that that's part of the equation that sometimes we like.
Absolutely.
I am not. I wouldn't play devil's advocate to this, because I also somewhat believe that this could be a temporal. We could have a temporal dispersion on our hands if we're not careful. So it's like it's kind of hard to disagree with you on something I'm actually somewhat in agreement with when it comes to this, because we have a lot of evidence that could portray that. It's just a matter of how deep that evidence is.
Yeah.
I see.
Also, particle accelerators as a weapon concept is kind of terrifying.
We'll never actually do it, but
yeah, we wouldn't, because Geneva Conventions don't really cover turning somebody into soup.
Yeah, another mention, all the space that militaries and dictatorships don't care.
Yeah, well, no, it's the reason we wouldn't do it is because it's impossible to, weaponize something that's that hard to weaponize. Yeah, sure. Try weaponizing something that is damn near impossible to use. Yeah, that always works.
Because the way my one buddy described it is like an accelerated particle, in theory, shot at an individual can ignore the armor and fuck with something on the atomic level.
Oh no! If you could fundamentally fire something that's supercharged and being sent at you at a massive fucking rate like that, goodbye head, goodbye rest of you. It would literally you would implode. It would be like being it would be what like historically the railgun would be the equivalent to. It's been studied before, but
he didn't describe it like that. It doesn't punch through the armor in the conventional sense of sheer kinetic force. It just goes through it as if it was never there.
Yes,
like the armor will just be untouched, but you are turned to soup.
Yeah, well, you would be turned to soup. Yeah, and a good example of this. Remember the? Did you? No, I guess you never did finish that battle. You never did finish Angel Cop. So there's that scene where the girl they try to stop the girl by grabbing her, and the guy's wearing a fryer suit, and goddamn turned him into soup. She actually cooked him from the inside. That's what it would be. It would be instant pop. And it would suck. You'd have actually, from what I remember, the way it was described is, it's believed by theory that this is actually how it would go. You would basically, a part of your body would suck itself into itself as the atom was going through you. So you basically kind of go. It'd be like it would be like imploding.
Akira body horror.
Yeah, it would be like imploding would be the best way to put it. And it's scary. That's a terrifying thought. I would not want to implode. Thank you very much.
Soup time.
So anyway, bottom line is that if they don't account for relativity in the math, the coordinates would be wrong. So by accounting for relativity, we get correct data. And so that inherently proves relativity. It's kind of cool. You know? Otherwise, it's like, well, prove it. How do you prove it? You know, like one of those.
Yeah.
Like
Would you say time is most effective in a state of stasis? And I don't mean that as in like time stopped. I mean doing time based upon the vacuum of space rather than the relativity of Earth.
Oh, like measuring time?
Yeah, it's like it's more simple to measure time on Earth because obviously we're so used to it, our entire system functions on it. But let's say hypothetically we have travel and cargo that can go through space. Would it be better to do your time based upon the vacuum of space as opposed to Earth standard time?
Well, there is an interesting implication when you watch any sci-fi. I don't know if there's any time, because all time is relative, right? But like, then you gotta figure out, well, what is my baseline? Is it me parked outside the Milky Way not moving? Or is it me, you know, like, in orbit of my home star? So at that point, it's like, everything is in its own, like, relative frame of reference. Unfortunately,
that is true, yeah. And with distance, the speed of light, if you're light years away.
Yeah, and that's the other weird thing is that, like, I think the relative speed differences, you start to see, like, speeds that, relatively speaking, could be the speed of light, even though they're not. I think, I don't know, I gotta double check that, but, like, if you have, like, a negative speed difference, I would think maybe. But, no, that sounds, like, ridiculous. I don't know, I don't buy that now. I mean, I don't know, I'm just speculating here, you know.
But, yeah, but you get my point of, with distance, that could, let's say you're a space trucker, that could really put some pressure on your time schedule. Because you only have so much time to do your rest and then your movement. By the
way, we are keeping an eye, just on the side tangent there, we are keeping an eye on the Space Trucker game for those in chat. If there's any more to that, I mean, I may even have a demo for us when it comes out.
You always know an object. You could park yourself somewhere and let time slow down for everyone else. So you could say, I'm going to take a 20-hour rest as far as the rest of the universe is concerned. I'm gone for only an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking
about the problem that I'd imagine would arise is as you get closer to your destination point, your time schedule is going to start getting cut shorter and shorter because relative time's getting faster and faster as you get closer to your destination.
So there's
the fuel being unlimited, because that's the thing, like, it's almost impossible. Like, it'd have to be like, and at that point, if you have unlimited fuel, do you even need a trucker? Oh wait, that causes some interesting implications too, like expiration dates. Actually, you can send vegetables across the universe, and if they don't age.
Well, there's also the fun that is like we're going to be if we're talking about interesting stuff that's kind of out there. One of the more funner things I like for stuff like this is like the whole solar sail idea, which I still think is kind of a neat idea. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever.
I hate solar sails.
I love
the only time I'm cool with solar sails is if it's like the Disney's Treasure Planet, and it's like we're going back to the Age of Sail, but in space. And that's the only time I'm cool with solar sailing, because the ship that Count Dooku has, I'm like, man, that's so lame. Get that fucking umbrella out of here.
I love the solar sail idea because that's something that's like the anime. At one time, it was a theory. I don't think it's still an accessible.
Oh no, I think they did some experiments with solar sails, and they absolutely do work. And one of the things that they talk about for interstellar travel, for like sending probes to Alpha Centauri, is to basically build solar sails and put the probes directly on the solar sails, almost like you're putting a printed circuit directly on the probe, and then on the
Now that one episode, Deep Space Nine popped into my head.
That was a cool episode, and that was like literally, that was cool because like of course they were sailing, but then they discovered some weird like thing that brings them into warp speed anyway, and that's how they got to the Kardashians, and then their big butt aliens were like, welcome to the even with the Kardashians.
Bob, yeah, we're gonna have to eventually get Bob to do that. But right now,
the Kardashian aliens sounds like a subplot from Hitchhikers.
Okay, the Kardashian race is like we'd have to get into it eventually. It's one of those future things. Right now, let's keep Bob on Deep Space Nine, and then we'll worry about the other. Oh, sorry, Babylon 5. Sorry, we'll keep him on. Because Bob's already paying stupid amount of money for Babylon 5. So speaking about that, we've talked about it a couple times, but I think it's always something we're going to keep talking about because, that's bullshit that they want to do this. Sony's new fun time with some of the stuff with the right managements and stuff. There's a couple other things that we've been hearing about. I hope people aren't. I hope people are like, people are not hoping to keep some of their stuff because, oh boy, there might be some major losses coming up shortly with certain things. Sony, some of the stuff with YouTube and stuff might be getting cut off too. So we'll see how that goes. There's a big rumor that YouTube might be next on that docket.
Oh yeah, I saw that licensing thing. They were like, you basically can't stream the game because it's commercial or something like that. Now you could maybe if it's not commercial, but they definitely were like clear that commercial use.
Yep. Yeah. So we gotta even watch out because this could actually even work with games that aren't those games. Like, for me playing this, for example, could be a problem. I'm gonna go use the washroom. I'm going to be right back.
Now, the solar sail thing, the experiment they're gonna do, that they wanted to do, it kind of hit a snag because the fucking asshole running it was always just full of shit anyway. It's like this Harvard scientist who's like, oh, these are aliens. Anyway, so anyway,
okay.
It was a cool idea. It was like you basically use like very powerful lasers to push the solar sail instead, so that you can like keep them, keep a good level of push even when it's away from the sun. And the idea is that you wouldn't be able to like necessarily stop at Proxima or Alpha Centauri, but you can make a good fast flyby. And that was cool to me because it's like, okay, like that's something. You can send like different probes and they can act like relays for each other. Maybe some of the probes are have short range communications with better optics, and then other ones have the long range communications. And it's tied to another thing where they want to launch. I think this might use it. Yeah, this idea is going to use solar sail. If they do it, they want to build a telescope using the sun's gravity. So the gravity like bends light, and like we can see galaxies that are further away because of that. So when you look at the deep field image from the James Webb Space Telescope, you'll see some of the galaxies look like they're elongated and kind of round, like not round but bent. And that's because like there's either a star or a black hole or another galaxy that's bending the light. So it's like gravitational masses act like lenses, and there's a way to reconstruct it. It's sort of like when you like that time some creep had a spiral version of his face on one of these 4chan sites, and because he was a creep, people put it into Photoshop and undid the spiral shape, and they were able to fucking get his face and get him arrested. Well, they do that with the Einstein rings, basically. So it's when you see a picture of like 3 stars, and it's really the same star, and one will be a little bit larger and misshapen, one will be a different brightness, and you can essentially like if you could reverse that pattern and actually get like a picture of something that you otherwise wouldn't be able to see. So they want to
it's
do
like
that with
reverse
sun.
engineering the process. So
Mhm.
it's what you were saying, where when you develop photos, you go into the red room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like NASA's
Well, this
red
is not like
room in a
this is not
way.
like the dark room. This is not like the dark room. This is more like
So
you're
did you?
manipulating it digitally. You're doing the math, and you're actually like saying, okay, it bent it by this many degrees, so now we need to unbend it by that many degrees, like negative numbers or whatever.
Yeah,
So
similar process. Just trying to relate it to my layman brain.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So the question I was going to ask you: did you look into it a little more than what we've been doing for the whole what's going on with Sony, or what? Or did you want to?
So Sony, yeah. So I was just finishing the talk on the thing. He's like, the space telescope is not related. I can always bring that up later. But Sony. So one thing I thought was, is the GTA thing kind of related, or it's not really related because it's just happening at the same time?
A lot of people think the GTA, like I've been making the joke that I think we're the gamers are the canaries in the coal mine. We're going to be the guys
Chirp,
who
chirp.
chirp. Yeah, we're going to be the guys that legitimately are the ones that this is just the great standing to other people. Like, for example, there's a going theory that now that rumor is Google, not Google, but YouTube is going to take away their purchase things, which I have no evidence that that's real. And until I have evidence that's real, I'm not going to count on that, considering the fact I can't see YouTube doing that. That would be
a backup copy of Babylon 5 third space before they get rid of it. Because I couldn't buy the movie. I had to buy that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Put it on the terabyte disc. All the seasons of Babylon 5.
Yeah, we're gonna need.
The box set. It's got 50 discs in it, and you know, they're perfectly good. I've been backing them up to hard drives so I can watch more conveniently on my.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna have to send it to Bob eventually.
I got, you know. I mean, I would never.
But what PlayStation was posing is very cyberpunk in the purest definition.
It really is. If you want to read it off there too, TJ, that'd be great. Because like I said, it's looking more and more that this is real, which is insane. Like I actually don't know how a company could openly admit
they're already sinking, and they really want to be put in the shitter, man. They're almost begging for it.
They are. I can't believe a company would do this.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Like they're gonna deauthorize stuff? I thought they already did that like twice with the PlayStation 3 and 4.
Oh, they're doing something even worse.
Here
now.
we are. This was a recent update to their EULA. And in section 1.4, the license to you. The software is licensed to you, not sold. You are granted limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable, and personal license to play or use the software for your private, non-commercial use on the system or device it was intended for. This license is only effective from the indicated software release date, early access date, or beta release date. Any rights in the software that we do not say are granted to you in this license are reserved, including all intellectual property in the software.
So it's like Nintendo Switch Online, basically.
Oh no, Nintendo.
They swapped the thing where you used to own the games that you bought, but now
you
they're...
can transfer it to your own console, but you can't transfer it to your friend's console.
Yeah. Well, it's even more worse.
This is worse.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
This is worse because the items that you have bought are no longer owned by you. They are now licensed to you.
Yeah.
They always were licensed to you. That was what the whole IP law thing is about. But I mean, this time they're really being honest about it.
Yeah, they're being overly honest about it, and that's the thing. It's funny because a lot of gamers are starting to rebel against them. Apparently, their PlayStation Plus, people are just depending on it. I would honestly say at this point, if this is how they want to treat gamers, then why are we staying gamers to them? Why are we keeping their company active at that point? I would say burn them to the fucking ground when it comes to this. If they want, they don't want our money so bad, then yeah, like, but the problem is I know there's going to be a bunch of normies that are going to have that sale of, you know, the sad fact is we're not going to have that great thing that we want. Like, that would be the best way to deal with it. Oh,
see, I've been trying to jump ship, and this has redoubled my efforts to jump ship.
Yeah, which is sad because I don't think Bob should have to jump ship. And again, I will say it once and I'll say it again. Consoles were supposed to, I repeat, supposed to be the cheaper option to playing games, so you could have fun.
Yeah. That's it. This is the equivalent, Chief, of like the ship's going down, it's on fire, the whole thing's on fire. You're trying to put out a fire. And just before you jump ship, because the abandoned ship call has been made, you second guess yourself. And then you remember, oh fuck, there's TNT in the hold. Alright, I'm out.
Oh, the Vancouver incident. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, the Halifax disaster.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. Sad day. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm not that old.
No, you are.
Shut up.
So
next
like,
week...
He just outed himself and tried to hide it. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, you know, if Bob keeps it up, I'm gonna have to. He's gonna be doing more than just wrestling. We'll have to get Bob another thing to watch.
Oh, he's gonna try and get me to get Duolingo and learn ancient Sumerian, one of his first languages that he ever spoke.
Double or key, Bob Mania.
Yeah, well, we got him watching wrestling, so now he's gotta watch episode 2 of WCW. Nitro.
Yeah. He said Rey Mysterio is like, that's where he starts getting his start, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of sold.
Yeah. Actually, you got Chris Jericho. You got quite a few wrestlers that came from WCW.
That Randy Orton.
Randy Orton did not come from that one. He came from TNA, I think, originally.
Either way, saw Hulk Hogan. I never thought Hulk Hogan was bald.
Oh, he was bald for years.
I always thought he had like a mullet.
Oh, he had a skull. He's been bald. Like Hulk Hogan was bald like since day one.
Damn. Yeah, I've never seen. I've never seen him without the bandana, so I always thought he had like a mullet.
Yeah, the Hulkster. Oh god, you know, this is actually where Hulk Hogan. This is where, you know, Hulk Hogan became the absolute. Well, he was always a dick, from what I've heard. He was always kind of did some stuff. His infamous Hulk Hogan, and where he did the infamous thing that he did to the Undertaker was kind of douchebaggy.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing in my backyard, Luger?
No,
sorry. Seeing the trash talk in WCW, I'm just like, oh my god, this is like 5 seconds from white trash TV.
Oh yeah. Okay, it was white. It was created by Ted Turner, so it was very white trash.
Yeah, no wonder the Chief liked it.
Oh man, dude. Okay, Ted Turner is someone I can't wait for the Mad Lads on Ted Turner. That guy is a wild man. That guy did things I don't think I've seen any other wrestler, or I'm sorry, any other businessman ever do. Like, how many people do you know are like, you know, I'm pissed off at these assholes who did some shit to me and kind of fucked me over. So let's make a show about nature, and like he made Captain Planet as a fuck you to people who like pissed him off.
Yeah, Captain Planet was a propaganda to bring other companies down and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like this is why I love Ted Turner. He's such a fucking insane motherfucker.
I'm Captain Pollution.
He was such a wild asshole. You got assholes like that, man. Don't come around. We really need to like top tier assholes, man.
What do you mean? I'm talking to one right now.
Hello, dude. I'm a dick, not an asshole. There's a difference.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Yes, because I'm a dick. Again, I'm actually on a side note though. We did finally get to 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Now we have to get verified, which means we need that push of 1,000. We need at least a minimum of 1,000 hours, and I think then we got to do the next step to get the next thing for locking, so we can get like other stuff. So we can get the other stuff. So yes, we've unlocked one piece of the YouTube puzzle.
Yeah, it's like playing Trivial Pursuit where you gotta get the wedges.
Yeah, we are so dealing with the wedges right now. Thank you so much, by the way, for everyone who's done that. I don't mean to kill again, but like, I did not. You know what? I can actually say this. I got to 500 subscribers, and despite the fact that I got to 500 subscribers with, a numbskull in tow, DJ, Arus, and Ethereal Dragon. So it's fun to have that added. So even though there were 3 good wheels, I had unfortunately one wobbly one that I've had to deal with over the years. Took a while for him to figure that one out.
Oh no! I direction it was going in. It's like, wait. Hey, this man's called me the third wheel. Oof.
No, man, you're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Bob, for being a part of this. I really do appreciate you boys being a part of it. And it has helped. It does help the chat, because then I can play the games and we can all have fun. And honestly, DJ, some of the shit you bring to the channel is really awesome, because this is stuff that gets me. It actually gets me to talk about my sci-fi stuff. So I do appreciate that, DJ.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for having me. I always have fun talking about bullshit. I mean, it's not bullshit. It's not.
Yeah, and I like having intellectual conversations with intellectuals.
Yeah. And again, it's one of the few times where, I can actually get intellectual, which is, a little rare in my day and age, where I can actually talk about sci-fi stuff and fantasy stuff in general too. Again, Space Geeks isn't just, it's geek culture, but that's the point of this. Like, the whole channel again is about, that attitude of hanging out with your boys, playing, as I've said before, and I've added a revision now. It's about hanging out at the smoking lounge back in the day where you'd have that one place where everyone just talked shit.
Yeah.
And there's some wild
for me,
stuff.
that was the smoke deck.
Yep. Oh yeah, we all had those places.
So there's always that one guy that outs the dirty laundry on the smoke deck, and we all just look at him like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, we had guys like that too, yeah.
Oh, man.
I still, to this day, I had that D&D experience. It's like, there's no fucking way I can talk about it on live stream, on the stream, but like, there has been a couple of them where I'm like, buddy, why the fuck did you say that in D&D? Or my favorite was the girl who was like, oh, he's being a pervert to me, and then it's like 5 seconds later, do you want to see my nipple ring? As she says to some guy that drives her home and stuff. It's like, holy crap,
Yeah, that one seems like a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point.
Oh, dude, she gave us a novel about her sexual experiences, and she gave it to the people at the table, and we were all just looking at her going, what the fuck?
You did what with Gorilla Glue?
No, yeah, she was a crazy. And then she brought one of her crazy friends, and then her crazy friend got in a fight with the DM. I remember it because I'll never forget. That was the session I got kicked. And then like 2 days later, I get a phone call. Oh yeah, you're welcome to come back. I said, well, why would I?
Yeah, man, bros before hoes.
Yeah. Like, oh, she's not playing. It's like, okay. No, I've had that happen a couple of times with some DM groups where they'll be like, you know, I've never kicked out a player from my table unless it's absolutely necessary or the player leaves. What do I do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe in being dicks to people, but no, we've had some girls play at the table and it's just like they want to be treated like princesses, and I'm like, sorry, man, you get treated like everybody else.
And then you are still the bad guy for it. I always love that double standard.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, we'll treat you with respect. Our form of respect is being a dick to each other.
No.
Because that means we like you if we're being assholes to you.
Like, I don't mind if someone says, hey, stop being a dick to me. Like, you know, I don't like this. It's like, okay, fine, I get it. You got an issue. Okay, I'll tone it down. But, you know, we like having you here. That's how it is. Like,
yeah.
we all little assholes. Like,
Chief, I have an official request. I want you to double down on being a dick to me.
I can't because, unfortunately, that gets the French starts kicking in, and I can't do that to you, man. There's
it's like, no, man.
There's that level of French you just do not want to fucking handle, man. My French, when that French kicks in, boy.
Oh, he's gonna give me the full Bonaparte. I see how it is.
Yeah, you don't want that. Because I'm like the snooty French. I'm Quebec French, which means we got fucking mean streak mile long.
Oh, Quebecois.
Oh yeah, you do not want that pissed off French at you.
I heard stories about a guy dating a French girl. She got so mad at him that she threw an entire bottle of wine at him.
Dude, I've had women rip off fridge doors and throw them at their boyfriends. Quebec women.
Holy shit!
Sounds like the fucking Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I was like, fucking She-Hulk.
I can tell that story. That's a fun little story. It's a interesting story. So we're playing stuff. We're playing at my buddy's place, and we're playing Risk. And we're playing. This is a late night game. Like, we're going for fucking hours here. Like, and she's like, okay, I think it's time your friends go home. And he says to her, exact words, I think it's time you shut up. And she grabbed the drink. She grabbed the drink and said, excuse me? Look, we're not making lots of noise. We're not bothering you. We're all here. We're in the basement. You had to come downstairs to start shit. And say something. This is my time. I'm having fun. I haven't been home for 2 weeks. Let me play Risk and have a good time. And she's like, look, I think I want your friends to leave now. And she goes, well, it's my place too. My friends can stay. And she starts saying something to him in French. And he repeats something. And he says, one interesting thing. I know the French word. I'm not going to repeat it. She has the fridge. The entire time she's talking to him, she has that fridge door in her hands. She gets more and more angry, and we can see her kind of bashing the fridge door. She's fucking saying something. And he repeats something else to her rather aggressively. I didn't catch that. It was kind of fast. This led into a moment of sheer anger. And I mean anger. To the point that we saw her pull the fridge door till it, pull the fridge. As she says it, the whole fridge went with her. She backed the fridge up and it snapped off in her hands, and then she threw it at him. The fridge door.
So that's a 23 frame heat smash right there.
Yeah, we freaked. We bolted. We got out of there.
For any Tekken fans out there, Jack 8 has a 28 frame heat smash.
Oh yeah, she was so mad. She just kind of threw the fridge at him, and we all fucking that door went flying, and we just fled. We got the fuck out of Dodge, and it was one of the funnier. It's funnier because we all just kind of escaped. I had a friend of mine crawl out the window.
Oh yeah, the little rectangle windows that are in basements.
Yeah. He got out of there real quick. We all got out of there real quick, and their fight went on. And one of my friends was about to call the police, and I said, "Are you fucking mad calling the cops on them?" And he's like, "Man, like she's gonna kill him." Yeah, but that's his choice. he hooked up with her. We're not getting involved. Rule one of life: stay out of it.
And that's true. Even if you try to defend your friend, it's like a lose-lose situation.
Yep.
Because it's like you putting, I guess you'd say, physicality on the girl, his girl, and then he's gonna get mad at you, even though you're trying to help him out and hold her back. It's just like it's a fucking lose-lose no matter which direction you go.
Oh, dude, I've had that happen where I've actually been punched in the face by one of my friends because I held his girlfriend back from ripping his fucking head off, and she was in a psycho rage. She was in a drunken psycho rage. And he got so mad at me because I held her back, and I said, "Dude, she was gonna fucking kill you if I let her go." He's like, "Yeah, but that wasn't your place." He was also mad because I accidentally grabbed her boobie. So
people are fucking stupid, and you wonder why I don't bother with relationships. It's a goddamn waste of time.
The second he punched me, he broke my glasses, and I said to him, "You're paying for my glasses." And he said, "Well, I'm not paying for shit." And I said, "Really?" As I put his girlfriend down, I said, "You're paying for that." "No, I'm not." I literally just went, I grabbed his girlfriend, threw her to the side. "Really?" I realized what he had done. He's like, "Oh, no, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I almost killed him because of that relationship. And I am not a fan of him ever since for that. And I've been standoffish ever since. We don't talk anymore because of that. But no, he punched me in the face because of that. And I'm like, I also sat on one of my friend's girlfriends once, and just kind of sat there while she was screaming at me like a banshee.
What, she attacked you or something?
No, she was trying to attack him.
Oh, okay. You were helping him out.
Yeah, I threw her on the ground, and he was like, "Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?" He kept saying to her. She's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." It's like, holy shit. Like, yeah, no, that was when the relationship was over. Everyone knew that relationship was over after that conversation, after she lost her shit that day. No, I've had some crazy moments with girls. My ex is not so much. Luckily for me,
he's opening the file cabinet again.
My exes are usually pretty good. I haven't had any major psycho bitches moments. Nothing that peers up into my brain that I remember having like a moment where I'm like, oh god. I've never had to run for my life except for like 1 or 2 times in my life. But that wasn't a girlfriend, that was a fling. There's a difference. Where's that golden skull?
Relationships confuse me. It's one of those rare times where I can relate to the tick.
I actually feel bad about, like, you know, I feel bad for a lot of you guys' generations because, you know, I've done the party. I've done all the silly stuff you're supposed to do and everything. Like, I look at it now. I look at a lot of men nowadays. You haven't done that. You don't get to do that shit anymore. Like, they're not on that equation anymore.
Oh yeah, you get canned immediately.
Yeah, I've had a lot of guys where that's actually how it goes, and I feel bad for them. I really do.
Because my old man was wondering why I never got into trouble in that way. You know, it's like obviously it was like, no, don't say you're in trouble because you're with a girl kind of thing. And it's like, no, if you're in trouble because of that, that's a different story. But it's like, I'm surprised you don't go out with any of your friends and maybe cause a ruckus or anything, and then I have to bail you out. Because my old man, he's of the older mindset where you're a young man, so you cause a bit of ruckus.
Well, yeah, back in the day, man, all like that was a rite of passage back in the day. Like men would do something stupid, and then after they were done the stupid thing, you smarten up and you get your fucking fly right. That was a major thing for a lot of the boys back in the day. Like that's what we used to do. Like fuck, I did a lot of stupid shit, and I have friends who did a lot of stupid shit, and I have relatives and other people who did a lot of stupid shit. We've all kind of done it. But I look at the generation now, a lot of them haven't. A lot of them, their most iconic thing is an internet date, and I'm like, ugh.
I say the closest I've ever come to that was actually when I got out of the Navy. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Is that trip to Mexico? The air quote trip to Mexico. Yeah, I remember causing a bit of ruckus there. It was like that was the boldest I've ever been before. Granted, you know, you got way too much liquid courage in your system. Way too much.
That liquid courage, you gotta watch out. What about you, DJ? You got something you can actually talk about that isn't too crazy?
Yeah, I could show you, but I think I did show you the video of the Easter Bunny being stabbed once, like weeks ago.
What?
So I'll give you an example.
You stabbed an Easter Bunny?
We're talking about a rambunctious moment you've had, not something unless you stabbed an Easter Bunny yourself.
So what happened was we were having a party for the Mets, playoff shit. So I have a camcorder at the time. I still have the same camcorder, and we went outside, and there was an inflatable Easter Bunny in front of someone's house. So we had a plan. Someone would stab the bunny, so I filmed it, and my friend, went to his car, grabbed a knife, then acted like he was a commando and ducked while holding a knife, which is like looks way sketchier than like if you just stand casually. He stabs the bunny once, the ears deflate, that's it. So they would walk away. Before that, they also tested it. They had someone walk by, see if anyone would notice, if the guy who owned the house would step out, or if there was anyone looking out a window. So that was the first time, but these idiots, one of them decides, one of the people who was an idiot, they weren't all idiots. I mean, we were all idiots, but someone who's more idiotic is lighting up fireworks. It's like, so we're in the middle of doing this dumb thing, and then we had, bah! And we're like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, ha ha ha, how funny. Okay, let's finish the job. So I'm behind the car's side view mirror holding my camera, because then it's a good hiding place. And my friend is stabbing the bunny, and the guy goes, you know what? You get the fuck out of here. So we jump and we run because the guy was looking out his window this time. So then I go, let's hide in the driveway. So we hide behind some garbage pails in the driveway, and the guy's just walking up and down the block going, you've messed with the wrong guy, and all this shit, like we're dead. So we're like, oh shit, it's real. And you can hear this on the camera. I have the tape. And so my friend decided he would just go back out the front and go back to the house. Me, I'm like, I'm not going near the guy. The guy was scary. So I went into the cemetery through some random backyard, because you go do that in my neighborhood. You go through someone's backyard, you jump over the fence, you're in the cemetery. And then I used the BlackBerry to verify where my friend's house was using Google Maps. I actually have this on camera too, where I literally pull out my BlackBerry and it's like foggy out. So I'm in a foggy cemetery. It's a little bit misting, drizzling outside. And I, sure enough, jumped over the fence and came right out from my friend's backyard and walked right into the side door without ever having to walk in front of the house. And then my friend, to prevent the cops from coming, he said, "We'll give you $100." The guy didn't even know we were doing this. So the guy running the party was like, "Look, okay." So I gave like my 25 or whatever. The other guy gave his 25. We raised $100, and the guy didn't call the cops.
Okay, so.
We used to do
you murdered a lawn ornament?
The matter was resolved,
yes.
Which is what, I was about to say, DJ, that is, I would say erase that video, but you legitimately just openly admitted to this on a live stream.
It's past the statute of limitations now.
Okay.
Other than that, we used to do, another group I used to hang out with would do Jackass footage. So first time they did Jackass footage, they showed me the tape. And one of the kids that we knew was like sliding down the middle of the escalator at the mall, and I'm like, okay, that's hilarious. Then he went to Hot Topic, and it's kind of rude, but it was funny because we're retarded. But my mom used to point out, like, people work hard for their money, and she's absolutely right. You shouldn't just fuck with people in a retail establishment just because you have a camcorder. But anyway, he goes to Hot Topic. He goes, I am Satan. The end of the world is near. And then he's like, El Diablo if you're Spanish. And he's just doing his whole satanic like mockery thing while the people at Hot Topic are just trying to do their job, which is like not right. But at the time it was funny, and I mean it's funny when you watch it now, but it's not. I get it. So yeah, he did that. So then we did the same thing, but we had this place where we, on the side of a highway, you could take a sled when it snows. Well, it wasn't snowing, but we had shopping carts. So we had a guy who would sit in the shopping cart, go down the side of the hill. In fact, I got the website. So I didn't know that the word crackers was like not relating to the food, but on Angel Fire there's a website called the Richmond Crackers, and I think the domain is written backwards, or I don't know why it's not working right now. Sometimes Angel Fire goes down for like a day and then comes back, but they literally like still host the domains on Angel Fire or lightghost.angelfire.com or some combination like that. So
I think
anyway,
Angel Fire is done. Like I think it's dead.
Did Angel Fire finally close? Because they were open as of 6 months ago.
I think they're done.
I was literally able to log into the web builder. Yeah, it shut down in April. Oh man, okay, so I have it on Internet Archive, but I was literally in the middle of updating my Sailor Moon PDA wallpapers website. I was gonna bring back my Angel Fire site just for kicks, because I literally reset the password, got into it, I was able to do stuff to it again. It was great.
You know, actually, that is actually the whole Sailor Moon wallpapers. I remember those fucking things years, like the Pokemon and Sailor Moon shit. Holy fuck, I forgot those wallpapers. Like, I wonder if those are even still out there on the Googleverse back in the day, because there was.
Like I have zip disks with some stuff on them from back in the day, but like my website, I was trying to make PDA wallpapers. I had a black and white device at the time, so I did them in black and white so that you could put, like, you know, if you had like a digital assistant or whatever, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, the random stuff I would. Go ahead.
Oh, go on, no, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, the random stuff I remember seeing back in the day that would just like I'm shocked that existed, or how the fuck did that become a thing? It kind of floors me from back then. I have a lot of stuff where I'm like, really, that's like, holy shit, like, because I found a bunch of flash.
Back then you would just download video. You're like, okay, I'm downloading music, and it's like, oh wow, I could download a video, and who cares if it was like super low quality? You download a real player video, and now you got like your Dragon Ball Z clip or your opening theme or whatever.
Oh yeah, I had an entire thing of wallpapers from like 20 years ago. I don't even remember if any of those things are still like I have a floppy disk with like a lot of stuff on it that I just don't even know still exists. Like,
what's the difference between a wallpaper and a PNG file?
The wallpapers are usually designed to fit on the window. Like I had one of the Sailor Scouts in bikinis and stuff, not bikinis, but swimsuits and stuff. I also, at one time when sites would go down, me and my buddy would go on those sites like just before we knew the sites were about to die, and we'd go on and just download all their imagery that was on there, and we'd keep it in a backup. Like we were Internet Archive before Internet Archive years and years and years and years. But that was
you know what was very transient. Like you see someone doing a lot of good work on the site, and you didn't know if it would still be there. So you like, you know, you would do that. Or it's even like if you knew your internet was slow and you wanted to read the stuff on the site, you might decide I want to archive just so I have an offline copy when I want to look at it.
Yeah, I remember back in the day we did that with a couple naughty sites. We completely like backdated them. So at one time there was a floppy disk. I don't know if I still have it, but I had one of the old like Tomb Raider video imagery stuff that existed back in the day. I don't have any. I don't know if that's still there. I still had like stuff.
Back in the Chiefs era. Wait, when the boobs were a rectangle.
No, I had the old school, the really old school shit from back in the day. I can't remember the name of it. That like the old hentai stuff that existed, where people were like doing art images and stuff. But I don't know if that stuff's still in that discs and stuff. I have stuff from way back when. I also have stuff like images of like, I had complete walkthroughs at one time. Like I do mean full out walkthroughs.
Legacy of Kain.
Legacy of Kain walkthroughs, the actual PDFs that existed that were of old Brandy films, the Brandy stuff. Those sites don't exist. The shitty thing is you can't find those anymore. I wish I get my hands on those.
There's a lot of things you can't find. And I often wonder, is it the internet trying to save its data? Like, you know, out with the old, in with the new?
That's forever, but the reality is like, you're not gonna see like YouTube videos forever unless somebody constantly backs them up, and nobody's backing up all of them. And I remember I went to the Data Hoarder Reddit, and someone wanted to back up this particular nurse/doctor's videos on YouTube, but because he was like at the counter narrative, they were like, getting all political and lame about it, like, oh, the guys are weird, But it's like the guy's just asking, like, hey, what's a good automated way to back him up in 480p?
Yeah, no, I had at one time, I had every Nostalgia Critic episode, every Angry Video Game Nerd episode that was all backed up. Like, I had them all. Like, every single one up to, like, I can't remember when I finally stopped doing that. But at one time, I had all of Sonic for Hire up to a certain point. I don't have any of that anymore because, legit, that stuff is, like, there's no reason. But I had all of Sonic I had complete Machinima stuff. I had a fuck ton of the Machinima stuff. Like, just all of Freeman's Mind. I had it all backed up and backed up.
But you get what I was asking, where it's like,
No,
out with the old, in with the new is like just this process.
No, it's always been like that. That's the thing. Like Bob, I can't really. As like someone who's like looked at that stuff, it's always been like that. We've always had things where you'd be surprised how often stuff is just removed from the market and it's gone. I actually had that situation happen recently. I was looking up a cosplayer. I created a character years and years and years ago for D&D, and it was one of the characters that I was actually kind of surprised and still stuck around to this day. So, but I used the cosplayer to do one of the images, and I went to go look that up today because I was going to use that character again, and that character's cosplay, that cosplay girl, I can't find that image anymore, so I don't know whatever happened.
Oh, did they do the cosplay of Dressman?
No, it was the cosplay. I showed you the cosplay. The cosplay of that Hatsumiku character, but with elf ears. It was kind of like that. It's interesting because I don't usually I don't do characters like. I usually don't use cosplay art, but the character, the art looked the person looked nice in the costume, and it worked for what I was doing for the character because the character is half Asian, half elf.
Yeah. I would say if there's a low 10, I wonder if there's a high 9.
Yes, there is, but no. No, there actually is. Someone actually did make high 9.
Oh damn!
But low 10 never. Like I said, you guys just didn't want to deal with the character, so the characters. I've basically put the character back away. There's no reason to
get in the box.
Yeah, you guys have no interest in the character, so I've moved him from the build.
You've had the storm in your safe, and you have him on your Pokedex.
Yeah, basically, there's no reason to keep him in the game if that's the case. Like a lot of people are happy about that, and there's only one person that really wanted him, and that person's no longer a part of our game. So it's like, there's no point in getting him back.
And also, realistically, is like outside of that one player's past characters, my guy wouldn't know who the fuck a low 10 is. It's like, I don't fucking know him.
No, and that's the problem. Like I said, he became something that, because other players he never joined the zeitgeist of supervillain. That's the thing. Oh, he still did villain shit. He wasn't a supervillain. That's the fun. That's the fun of D&D. Like I've had on many occasions. I've had stuff where I've worked on something and I'm like, oh, this character's gonna be so fucking good, and and the character just doesn't hit. Or I've created NPCs that just don't fucking take off. This is something I've had happen on multiple occasions through Dungeons and Dragons and other stuff where your players just don't care. They just do not care.
Yeah, like a prime example is like the Vizier. Is like I think the Vizier's interesting, but Bob doesn't have a grudge with him. It's like, okay, yeah, the guy's a bastard. Now, maybe another person's character who's playing the wise woman would have beef with the Vizier, but that's because over where she's from, that guy is wanted bad.
Yep. Well, that's the problem. And when do these guys start looking to pick a fight is going to be the issue. So Low10 picked a fight with the party on 2 separate occasions. You guys just did not go after him.
Yeah.
So we saw no reason to engage. There's only one.
And also, I don't see a reason to engage, especially if I make the person laugh. Like, I got the Vizier to laugh.
Yeah, no, the one person that the reason these characters didn't I think the only other person that ever had a problem was Ethereal Dragon that's in the thing. And Ethereal, did you really give a fuck about Low10 after a certain point when you played? Is Ethereal muted?
He's muted, but I don't think he's speaking either.
Okay. Oh, is he leave?
I guess he's not around or can hear us.
He is muted.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, he's muted. Well, if he comes on, he comes on. He might be busy doing something. So no, like, I don't think there's any players on the table that cared. So it's just, that happens. Like, DJ, that happens a lot. Like, you'll have moments where you'll have games where the players set the pace, not you. You have to be willing to let them set the pace.
Sometimes the most innocuous things will absolutely enrapture the player.
Yep. I've had that happen on more than one occasion. I still remember the day I had the players more excited about, like, there was this one kid character we had at the that was like, I had this kid playing at the table, and the kid was playing this character, and the party just let the kid die. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, you guys just let the kid die. And it's like, I just asked the guy, I asked one of the players, hey, why'd you let that kid die? And because the kid was like 16. And my friend said, dude, the character he was playing was such an asshole. I had to hold back the urge to want to, like, for my character not to, like, for me not to hit the person in real life. So I was just kind of surprised at this kid. It was funny, but the kid brought ahead an NPC henchman, and the party completely focused on the NPC henchman, which made the guy even more angry. Because he's supposed to be the hero, not the henchman. And everyone's making sure the henchman's okay. They're taking the henchman. Oh yeah. You're like, oh no, oh buddy's bleeding on the ground. Oh, and they give the potion healing to the henchman.
Everybody loves Bob the henchman.
Yeah. And it was so funny. It was so absolutely hysterical because he was getting more and more angry at the fact that his henchman was more important to the party than the actual character. And I thought that was the funniest thing, because in my mind I was just like, oh my lord, he is so mad right now.
That's why I'm so happy I'm past my edgy phase. I remember making that tiefling fighter who's ironclad, even had like an edgy fucking name to go with it. Ugh, it makes me cringe.
We all have
I even used the Warhammer Fantasy Chaos Lord model for it. So whenever you put it on the map, it's just like a Chaos Lord there, and it's just This is why I would kick myself if I met the younger me.
We've all gone through it. There's nothing wrong with it.
That is true. It's really hard to get people to admit things like that.
Yeah, it really is, and it's funny though. We've had that happen as DM and like players and stuff. Like, again, I've had cringe phases. I had a character. Do you know I had a character? One of my very first D&D characters I had from back in the day was a character based off Dante from Devil May Cry. Like, how lame is it?
I believe it. I can believe it, but I will say that is better than the clones of Sephiroth that you had to deal with.
I've had it happen 4 times.
Because at least Dante has a sense of humor.
Yeah, I've had it happen a lot. And I do want to kill the clones of Sephiroth every time. It's nothing against players who decide to do that, but it's like I hate that. See, the funny thing is, if they had given us a character that was like, that's my biggest problem with like that. That is one of the more compounded reasons I have issues with Sephiroth is the fact that I had to deal with players all playing. I'm the judgment of blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, I hate you. I hate you so much right now. And you can't be. What?
I prefer the other song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I could respect the person that wants to play a Tifa, and they play a pugilist.
Yeah.
Gladiator pugilist. I could see that going down.
I could not stand the Sephiroth characters, man. I have had so many of them over the years. Oh Lord. They are one of those things where you really do think to yourself, why are they allowed to do this? And you have to. The sad thing is, you have to let them play that character. You can't be a dick. You can't be that guy that wants to be the bastard. You have to be the guy that's like.
The thing that always makes me cringe is whenever you walk into a D&D game, so to speak, but the person hands you an already pre-made character sheet. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I don't mind that so much, but I do hear what you're thinking. It's like
because that is the first step into that door of I want you to play this character so I can write my own story, and it's like, no, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna play Bob. Bob's a fighter. No one cares about Bob until Bob does something nice.
See, I'm all about having fun with it. So I don't, as a player, I don't believe in as a DM and as a player, you got to let your players do what they want to do. But at the same time, you're like, oh man,
believe it.
Yeah. Oh, I've had Naruto's. I've had 2 Naruto.
Yep. I even fished one out of a river.
I don't count that Naruto, but because that was more, me getting annoyed with the person being kind of like, you tell somebody like okay, rule 1 of playing D&D: usually ask the DM what the setting is, and if they say, hey, we're playing this setting, and you go, well, I'm going to play an elven ninja.
Fucking what?
Yeah, and you're like, well, I really don't want an elven ninja. I'm going to play an elven ninja. The DM's going to go, okay, so here's what your elven ninja does. You might not like it, but that's what ends up happening when you tell your DM, I'm going to completely ignore the rules, and I'm going to play what I
want. The stats.
Yeah,
I want the stats. Let me have the stats. I'm just gonna be a human in a hat. Let me have the stats.
Yeah.
I thought rules were meant to be broken.
No, they're okay to break to a point, but you gotta be reasonable.
You gotta have tact.
You gotta be reasonable to your DM. When you show, I've had players show up. My favorite was the one guy who showed up, and he was Kenya. He was playing it was like a yacht that not yet. Is that a Yanti? The snake men. I can't remember what they're called now.
Oh yeah, a Yanti.
So he's playing a Yanti. He shows up as a Yanti, and I'm like, okay, you do know that there's I told the whole story. I want to play a Yanti. Okay, you're playing a Yanti. You do know Yantis are hated in the setting. Like they're like a snake cult that's been stealing women and children. He's like, yeah, I know, but I'm a good Yanti. I'm like,
I don't think the town guard gives a fuck.
So we role play this because he tells me he's gonna play Yanti. I'm like, well, I have another. Like, can you play another character? Like, I actually, honestly, outright said, please don't play Yanti. I explained the setting to you, like this is what's going on, and this is already pre-generated setting, so the players already have the stuff finished. I'm gonna play as Yanti. So he plays Yanti. Within 20 seconds, he's been kicked out of an inn, not allowed to be there. Within 30 seconds, he's removed from the setting because we can't, because the players don't, the stuff's just not going good for him. And by the end of it, I'm like looking at him, I'm like, well, like, what do you want me to do with this information? Like, I even said to him, you are about to be destroyed by them, and they are not going to give it back. And he's like, oh, well, you could have, like, made it so that other stuff happened. I'm like, no. You are playing a Yanti. I kept saying to him, no, you're playing a Yanti. You're a monster. To them,
think about this. A grizzly bear walks into Times Square. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? It's a grizzly bear. Hey, boo-boo, it's me, the friendly grizzly bear. Do you have a picnic basket? People are gonna be screaming their fucking heads off.
So I kept saying to him, I said, like, man, you don't get it. Like, I'm telling you. They are going to lose their shit when you walk into their town. So he ends up getting arrested. We role-play his arrest. We role-play him getting executed. And I was like, buddy...
How do you arrest a snake? That is my question. It's like, yeah, you can put the cuffs on the hands, but do they have, like, tail cuffs?
Oh, no, it's called Bands of Bolero.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So then when he got, so they then torture him because, well, he's a snake person. They get no information because he knows nothing.
Where's my wife?
Yeah, and then the party turns him in after. The party gets fed up with this because now they've dealt with it, and when he escapes, because he does get away, the players turn him in.
As far as I see it, that's an extra payday.
Yep. And I was like, what did you expect was going to happen? I tried everything. I tried to get him out of it, and then he did. Another good example of this was, another famous example of this was I'm going to play an elf of a god when I tell players don't play elves. I'm going to play an elf. Don't play an elf. I'm going to play an elf. Don't play an elf.
Wait, wasn't I around for this? I swear I was.
Yeah, you were. And then he says, I'm playing an elf of love. I'm like, okay, I guess you could play the elf. And then the other player, I'm going to play a dwarf. Can you not play a dwarf? I'm going to play a dwarf. Okay. So one player played an elf, the other player played a dwarf.
And I was a human barbarian.
Yeah, and I warned the players that okay, if you guys do this, I understand whatever happens. Okay, yeah, we totally get it. Okay, sure. So then I have the power go off that's supposed to go off, which was this power of them turning into the Guyver. Well, one of them loses their godlike powers. The other one ends up trapped, ends up not having the power at all. And then
yeah, I wasn't a human barbarian. I was a pugilist fighter because all the bonuses with like haste and everything you get with the Guyver suit for like mock punching somebody like JoJo's.
Oh yeah, these guys got so mad at me over this, and I'm like, I told you repeatedly, don't do that. What do you want me to fucking say at that point?
Why do you think I have like this? I never want to play a demi-human if I can help it.
Like, there's nothing wrong with playing a demi-human, but when you
there isn't. But just in case, you're always safe being a human. All right, it's just a baseline.
Hello. Yes, thank you for that, Captain Rumpanda. Hello, Jesse. No, but I told this guy, like I said, man, I don't want to be a dick to you, but like, don't get upset. They were so salty. I never knew how salty they were until after the fact. I ended up finding out I ended up finding out by some of this, like when we role played, when one of them took control of the campaign. I realized very quickly how salty those two were.
Yeah.
And boy, salty.
Yeah,
boy, were they salty. made me salty after too, which I'm not a fan of as a DM. That makes me mad when I feel salty after that. That's a bad day when I play at a table and I'm that angry.
Yeah.
Because that was dick. That was absolute dick. But no, it's funny. The Guyver campaign was just. I am still angry about that to this day because we put so much effort into that, and I feel like we kind of got like I was like, oh, I was so I've given these players all this powerful item that they'll never ever be able to use. Oh no, can't use it.
And meanwhile, my guy's still around. He's just wandering somewhere out there.
Yeah, but the second I throw your guys in with another party, it like players are going to be upset about it because like, well, why didn't I get that chance?
Yeah, the only way this is going to work is something like Pale Lodge.
I'm debating that's probably where I'm going to put him if I do, because you and Citizen still have your characters, so that'd be something to do. And like I said, that is the Pale Lodge would probably be the best bet for something like that. Like I'm still working on that campaign, so we'll that campaign's in the near far future. It all depends what you guys want to do. DJ, how's your Pale Lodge going? Are you still with us?
Oh yeah, basically I did like one initial pop, kind of like basically now just kind of like soaking in it a bit, and I realized there is a lot more prerogative. I didn't really understand what I was doing at first. I was treating it like homework, which is like more like the first run, kind of learning how it works and stuff. But Reggie's been a great, explainer. Because I almost came to you, and then luckily I didn't have to come to you. I was able to go to Reggie. But you know how I hate socializing. I'm kidding. But jokes aside, Reggie cleared up a couple of questions about like how this works, and I'm sure I'll have questions for you at some point too. But like I said, I like doing the YOLO thing, solo, not YOLO, but
Yeah, no, I got you. And like I said, as long as you're not feeling that you like I said, you've always been welcome. If you want to come to the table, you're welcome to come play. And
cool.
I don't discriminate. Like if LCX wanted to show up and play, LCX could play. If Captain Rum Panda's playing and Arus is playing, other players are welcome to play. I usually don't have a turn. Yeah, I usually don't have a turn down when it comes to groups unless there's certain things. No, but it's been a fun. Like I said, I'm super happy that we made it to 500. Like now it's just getting to the rest of it, and we're so close, guys. We're so close to getting that watch time, and it's and then I think we need to get the next verification goal, which I think is 1,000 subs. And I can't remember what it was 1,000 subs and something else. I can't remember what the other one was.
I just hope I don't have to censor myself. You know how much I like cursing.
Yeah, well, it's 1,000 subs, and I think it's another 1,000 watch time we need, and then we've effectively reached the peak. Which I'll be super excited when we finally do it. But it's going to take a while. And I know it's going to take a while, so I'm fine with that. I'm super excited though if we ever do make it. I'm hoping we can get that merch off the ground though. That would be so nice to have more people buying our shirts. We want more shirts sold, people.
Yeah.
My only problem with the game Wizzatorium is that like the ice weapon is pretty much a go-to bang. There's like no reason to have any of the other weapons.
Yeah, cold snap.
Yeah, you want that ability to freeze, especially when you're playing the character I'm playing right now, because the character I'm playing right now is the side guy for the you can basically control the do some wicked damage with him, and he doesn't get healing items, but he gets this ability to where he can stab people, and he gets health off killing.
Oh. I always do like health on kill.
Yep.
The only thing better than health on kill is health on damage, or health on hit. That too, because the stipulation of on hit does not mean it has to damage. It just means you have to hit them.
Yep. But no, this zone. I like the idea of the whole traveling through realms and stuff and getting the big fights and stuff. There's some fun stuff with this game that they really did throw in all the stops, and it's actually absolutely a blast to play. Honestly, probably one of the best of the Apogee games that came out that year. There were some solid bangers. There were some solid bangers here. Oh, there we go. But I think we've done a lot here. We're almost at the end mark here. We made it to 500, boys. We might do something for Tim Curry later. I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a watch through with something, but that's in the future right now. I'm not sure if we'll do something. I do want to do something for Tim Curry. I do want to watch the movie Clue and do a review of Clue, but I don't know if I'll do a personal review or.
What would Captain say? Health on hit, I think, is called Life Leech or something in Dota 2. Yeah.
I have no idea what this Dota is that he talks of.
Because you're uncultured. Filthy swine.
Totally and ugly. I'm not a Dota guy.
What it said, Jesse said, I recently had a DM tell me certain races wouldn't be in their campaign, but we could use those races mechanically, though I didn't actually end up playing with them.
Well, like I said, there's nothing like you gotta when you have a DM tell you, hey, this is what's here, this is what's there. Don't argue with him over the matter. It's like it's part of the world, especially if it's an established group. If it's not an established group, that's a different story. That's a different beast. But if it's an established group, don't demand it, because these other people are here. Like, you don't have to completely kowtow to the table, but you do have to kind of like show some niceties to the people there. Don't be a dick. I've had players demand that they get to play whatever they want to play. It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, that's just absurd. You're the DM, you make the rules.
You do. Well, you have to make the rules. Like especially second. That's the one thing I liked about Second Ed. The rules are optional. You can make whatever campaign you want. You just the main thing is do not try to, like, you gotta kind of have that balance to stuff. And that balance sometimes pisses players off. I've had players quit on me on many occasions because of stuff I've done. But it's not something I'm trying to keep true to the story, so and let the players do what they need to do, and vice versa. Some guys, hey, you know what? It's okay. Some guys, I've had guys rage bait just because I changed their alignment. For fuck's sakes. I've had players quit because they put on a girl of femininity. Even I told them it was a girl of femininity. I outright told the person it's a girl of femininity. I put it on. Okay, you get this extra amount of strength. Awesome. You're now a woman. What? Well, my character commits suicide.
What?
What did you think would happen?
I say if Bob the Barbarian puts one of those on, whew, that's a broad.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like the Amazon from Golden Axe.
I told. Yeah. I guess the new cartoon is. Yeah, definitely.
No, I was thinking of like the. Actually, is that Golden Axe that I keep thinking of, or is it something else?
Are you thinking of Street Fighter? Because I know.
No, not Street Fighter. She has like tattoos on the thighs and wears the scale bikini. Is that Golden Axe?
That could be one of the Golden Axe. I just can't remember.
I don't know any kiddo that fit that description.
She was called the Amazon.
Are you sure that's
Gauntlet.
Are you sure that's not yeah.
Gauntlet. Okay, that's why I confused it. But yeah. It's like Bob the Barbarian puts the Colonel Femininity on. It's gonna look like the Amazon from Gauntlet.
See, my problem with that is that you're always gonna have people that just, you're gonna have to do what you have to do as a DM. It's how it goes, and sometimes you have to be the bad guy. Like the first thing I ever said to a player that gave me scuff about what I was doing as a DM, I said, dude, there's 3 things I said to him. I said, 1, what do you want my villains to be too easy?
What did Jesse say? DM creates the world, players deal, adapt. Small requests can be accommodated, but I wouldn't generally ask to bend the rules in the first place. Fair. That's a fair standpoint.
I'm not seeing any tattoos on her.
Yeah, no, I can't remember if he's talking about that. We could both be wrong right now. Like, I can't remember. I might be thinking of the wrong person, but yeah.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the various box arts and I don't see any tattoos on her legs.
If you find it there, Bob, give us a heads up. But no, I'm always about helping players out when they start up stuff. I'll even help DMs. I'll even help someone set up a DM character if they want. But like, it all depends. Like, I had one person that wanted to play, and I kept telling him to wait a couple days, let me get stuff figured out. And by the time I got stuff figured out, they were like, they had hounded me so much. I was like, ugh.
There's a picture of the cartridge.
No, I've had some creepy people come knocking on my door when it comes to DMing, and I'm like, we've had some right perverts come to play at the table a couple times too, which had me kick people like almost within 24 hours. University games. I'm not gonna lie. Some of those were my more fun games, having the real life university stuff. But like,
Dragon's Crown.
Is Dragon's Crown?
Yeah,
okay.
Dragon's Crown.
Yeah, I've had some fun with university games, but yeah, I'm not a fan of some of the stuff that happened at some of those tables. And I will never forget the day I will never forget the day the whole table was detained by the police because of
what the hell happened?
So we're playing D&D on the other side of we were playing Dungeons and Dragons on the other side of this building. I've had it happen a couple of times. So I'll tell the pervy story later, but okay, so something horrible happened. It was really bad. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was bad. The cops were called. Now, me and a couple other players had gone to get pizza. So there's a bunch of guys going up and down the stairs while this police investigation's happening. So imagine their surprise when on the same area down the hall at a bathroom, there's a bunch of people playing D&D. So the cops are like, hi, we're here to see how, blah, 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 blah. And so they actually detained us. They detained, the whole room was detained until they went through and said, hey, is anybody here actually done what they had done? Like, none of us we hadn't committed any crimes. We hadn't done anything horrible. Like, the whole table had been, like, we were all just kind of shocked that this even happened. We were like, this happened here, like, right down the hall from us? Holy fuck. And none of us knew, because my one buddy my one buddy and his other buddy were listening to power metal when we went to go get pizza. The other two guys went to go get pizza. I went with them, and by the time we got upstairs, everything was going on. We were sitting there having pizza. We were having our own supper. We were just like, we didn't do anything. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And we were shocked. We were shocked. It was bad, guys. I can't really say what it was, but and yes, the guy on a plus side, the guy ended up did get busted and went to jail. So, you know, don't worry. It was a bad situation. We had no idea that happened though. And so the cops actually detained us that day. They showed up, walked up and said, "Hey, you know," and we had to sit there. That was one of the few times I remember thinking to myself, yeah, I don't want to run D&D here anymore. I think I'm done with D&D at the university for a while. I took a break. But it was a bad one. As for the pervert, okay, this guy shows up. I had two girls that were playing. One was a tennis player. The other one was a swimmer. And the one girl, so the one girl shows up, and it's summer, and she had just finished her swimming stuff, so she still had her bathing suit on. This guy, we start playing. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a man. I fucking looked. Don't deny I looked. I don't even incorporate that I looked. But this guy looked. Holy shit, did this guy look. He was smelling her like white on rice. And I was like, buddy, I even stopped. I stopped the game because I stopped and I looked at him because he's just looking at her and she's looking awkward. I'm like, man, can you like tone it down a bit? Holy fuck. Like even I was like, buddy, like seriously. He's like, oh, sorry. And here's what he said to me. And this is where he got kicked, like real quick. He says to me on the side, after we go to play, he says to me, well, man, when you put filet mignon in front of me, what am I supposed to do? Not salivate? I'm looking at him like, buddy, no, just no. Oh yeah, this guy got totally booted for that, and yeah, we booted him. He was quickly he was in within one day, and he was out the next day. By the end of that day, he was gone. And I did not feel any sympathy for the little shit at that point, because that was just a little too much. Because I you know, like we don't, you know, again, those girls did show up wearing some stuff, but like I said, one girl she brought one of the girls that she plays tennis with showed up at the table, and she was wearing her tennis outfit, and I'm like, yeah, I look. But I didn't, like, you know, pull a fucking Costanza where you're just staring at it. You don't do that. Bad internet people.
Yep.
Hello. What can I do for you?
All right, so Chief.
Yeah. You want to go?
No. I was gonna ask you, any other crazy stories of you're like, all right, get the fuck out.
I had a guy show up and with a pre-made character that he had for the game, and
was it a black mage?
No, actually, the black mage guy was funny. The black mage guy, I still think is kind of amusing. He showed up within 5 seconds, realized he could only cast one spell, and then he just like walked out and never came back.
Final Fantasy XIV MMO was a mistake.
I thought that was kind of amusing. I couldn't. And again, I'm not even mad about that. I understand why he showed up at the table. He wanted to play that character, and that was fine. Again, I've had many a Sephiroth show up at the table, and when Sephiroth dies because he's level 3, and they think they have a super powerful character because of XYZ, I'm like, buddy, no, your character's super weak.
No. What this guy fails to realize is, congratulations, you unlocked the boss as a playable character. He's nerfed to a microcosm of what he normally is.
Yeah, you can't even. Yeah, you can't. No, dude, I've had guys. I'm playing Sephiroth. You're level 1. I'm Sephiroth. Okay, you're level 1.
You're a level 1 twink with a sword that's longer than you. Congratulations. You have failed.
Okay, do you have excessive strength? No. Okay, you can't. Your speed factor for your sword, because I'll let you have the sword. Oh, you can have that sword, good sir. Unfortunately for you, you can barely carry it.
Also, could you imagine trying to transport that fucking thing in a tunnel? Like a dungeon tunnel or something? It's like, I already know halberds and all pikes are already unwieldy enough if you have to go into, a cramped space. Oh, man, just imagine Sephiroth's sword. You can't even, try to choke it up the same way you could choke up a polearm.
Yeah, you can choke up. Yeah, exactly. No, I just went, okay, that's what happened. Your character's dead. And then they're like, well, why did my character die? He's Sephiroth. I'm like, yeah, but...
Hey, it's me, Goku!
I have had a guy play Goku. And that was a pre-made Goku ready to go. He had energy blasts and all this stuff. So I turned him into a wizard. At the table.
Oh no.
And he had 4 hit points. His character died within 5 seconds because he wanted to pull a Goku. And his character died. Then he got super angry at me, and that was another character that quit. I've had a couple players quit because of just not wanting to even like DJ. I don't know if I'm doing this right to you. I'm trying to portray to you what it's like. It's like showing up at it's like going to play Risk with somebody, and then you tell them that you have to have special rules just for your version of Risk. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds pretty dumb.
Yep, I've had players do that.
It's like adding certain moves to chess pieces. It's like, actually my rook can attack a piece diagonally just like a pawn because I said so.
Oh, I've had it happen multiple times. I've had it happen multiple times where I've had players show up and demand that I have this. The worst one I ever had happen was like I said, I've told the horror stories about when the breakup happened and we went to play D&D. Yeah, well, he's good in anime. You can create an anime Goku character. That's not hard, but it's like... But my favorite was the anime was the time I had a player play this pre-made character was so broken. And I said, buddy, I can't. Everyone here at the table has to roll up a character. It's session 0. We will allow you, if you want, we will allow you that you can change some stuff, but you have to pre-roll his stats at the table. That was the rule. That was the rule everyone swore by, because one player was being a little cheeky one time and came in with a character with max hit dice. So he rolls his character, his first rolls. And this was before I had the deep superhero rules. This was the one and done 3d6 roll. 3d6 roll 1d4 for each roll. So he rolls his roll. He rolls a 3. He rolls a d4. He technically got a 4 for his strength. Basically nullifying his fighter's physical capabilities.
Oh no.
He was not happy. He was very, very angry. And then he demanded, again, we're all following these rules. Again, I'm following the rules of the original group that was running here. I'm using their system. I'm using the system that they have agreed upon. Then he demands that he's allowed to switch out. And so I say, okay, players, as I always do when someone wants to make a drastic rule change, you ask the party, what do you guys want to do? And the players are like, no. Like one said yes, the other one said no. And the reason is because, well, they got a guy that has, like, one of their characters has a character with a 6 this, another guy has the 5 that, and you have some low stats every once in a while. And he's like, and so yeah, this became a very angry player that was very angry at the group the entire time, and then he spent the entire game trying to kill everybody. And so he got basically murdered at the table. Like, the players, again, I've had players justice happens every once in a while. Another player justice moment was, I actually, Ethereal might have been here for that one. I'm not sure. This might have been another one. I think Ethereal was here for the incident where the one player was fighting a werewolf, and he declared that his strength was stronger than the werewolf's strength. Well, I told him that the werewolf's strength was not, like, he was not as strong as the werewolf. Then he told me that because he's an elf, he gets bonuses on his hit points with certain things. And I was like, yeah, so apparently because he was an elf, because he was playing a gray elf, he got a 19 strength. So he said that he could overpower a werewolf.
Don't werewolves have like a strength of 22 to 24?
No, usually about 19. They're usually a little bit above average. So I tell him, no, you don't. And so he gets mad at me, and then he tries to tie it up with a rope, because his game plan was to try to, as he put it, he was going to charm the werewolf so he could get a werewolf follower.
No. Silver bullet. Get a silver stake. Silver now.
Yeah. So then he tries to do this. He ties it up. And so the werewolf just keeps clawing at him because he's up for personal range. Claw, 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 claw. And he's suffering damage. And I asked the person who's playing the priest. By the way, the whole party stopped helping him. No one at the table was helping him at this point. I'm like, so what's the rest of the party doing? Well, we're letting him fight the werewolf.
Hey Google, repeat that.
What's Google doing?
Oh no, I don't. There's a noise in the background. That's something from the Google feed. It's not.
Okay. So the party stopped helping him. And so I asked the priest, "Hey, priest, what do you wanna like? Are you gonna heal him?" Well, yeah. I'm gonna have to see if I have the spell. Cure light wounds. You gonna heal him up? She waits. I don't know. I can hear rustling of paper. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I have this. I think I might have cast it already. Now I know she hasn't cast Cure Light Wounds. But I can't say you're lying. So at the end of the session, I outright ask her, "Hey, I want to ask you a question. Why did you not? Did you actually have Cure Light Wounds or not?" She's like, "Yeah, I did. I wasn't gonna waste it on that asshole." And I said, "Well,
but remember, people, everybody wants you to, in modern D&D, go along with everybody's bullshit, even if it's actively detrimental to everybody. All right, don't try to charm a fucking werewolf. You put it down."
Yeah. So what made it really funny? So I actually outright asked her. I said, "Well, okay." So I said, admitting to me you did this is kind of like, I might have to dock your experience for doing this, because again, I have to be fair on that level. And she says, "My alignment is chaotic good. but as a priest of such and such, he actually went through the priestly thing and explained to me in graphic detail what he was doing was a sin against nature. And that he was stopping. And then she said to me, her exact words were to me, I don't believe that Odin would allow somebody to give worship to a god, to a man, to a demi-human, especially ones that are considered this and this. And she kept going on the details, and she even went into other things. Like she went into like great graphic detail, and word-worsed her way to the point of convincing me, you know what, she kind of was right. I can't hold it against her not giving him the prayer.
Yeah, I was like, what, you want a fucking werewolf pet? What kind of furry fantasy you getting in? No, kill it!
Yep.
If it's one thing to go after livestock, it's another thing to go after your kids. It's like werewolves are ravenous. They'll eat fucking anything. Say goodbye to your dog. Say goodbye to your cat. Everything's gonna die. It's a werewolf.
So Bob, I prefer to point by to rolling stats, but I could roll if tables rule, blah blah blah. But most of these people sound like sore losers. Yes, a lot of them are.
Yes.
A lot of them are.
I've been there for some of the fallouts. I've even been poached by a few. Yeah. It's again. I don't hold anything against the player if they want to quit. They say, "Hey, I want to quit." Okay, you can quit. Don't be. Just tell me. Don't think, man. Everyone has a right to quit. Now, I'll come out and ask questions and stuff. Like I got no problem. Like some players don't like the fact that I've killed their characters. And I need the dice because one thing that I thought was a little odd. Now, maybe it was a roleplay aspect is what I thought at first, but the more I think about it, the more weird it gets. Remember when I first ever stepped foot in it? Like, first time, Bob the Barbarian, the man himself. You know me, I like making moot characters who are kind of like faceless goons. They don't really have a face.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about Bob the Barbarian is, yeah, it's like Conan-esque, but he, as part of his tribe thing, is like the adults wear these masks that hide their face, and it's supposed to be like a coming of age thing, is like whatever you represent, whatever beast, what have you, the mask is supposed to be there as like, this is you. This is what you are. The same way as like you'd get a name in First Nations people. So that's what I wrote around with Bob the Barbarian. And the one guy was playing a fire mage that had like red hair, so I just called her Firehead. It was like Firehead or Fire Hair, it was something like that. But the player was like, the one thing my mage really wants to do is like see what face is under that mask. And I was like, I mean, okay, maybe it was a roleplay aspect, but at the same time, it was like, ugh. I don't know how to approach this. It feels kind of strange.
I have had players deal with unwanted advancements in D&D, and that is its own problem. I'm not going to get into that too much, but I've had players where they're flirting with each other, and I've had players get so do not do that to me.
It's like the most you'll get out of Bob the Barbarian is like the One Punch Man, the Saitama thumbs up. Yeah. Just that blank face with a thumbs up because you can't see his face behind the mask. And the only thing you'll be able to see is if he's smiling, because that's the only part of him that's actually showing. It's the mouth, but it hides the eyes and everything. It's made of bone.
Yeah, but for me as a player, you gotta I've had players where that has happened, and you kind of gotta tell a player, hey, knock it off if the person's not comfortable with it. Again, playing with players can be problematic. Again, we're talking a lot of shit, but like there's a lot of fun I've had with players. Like ours is sarcastic wit that every once in a while just kind of like throws me for a loop. It's just fun. I love it. Like,
I love it.
It's just great. You know, we got a really solid group now. We've had players And some players come back, some players leave, some players are like gone permanently, and some players are, welcome to come back anytime they want. It's a thing. And some players I refuse to allow back because I don't need their bullshit in the party. There is such a thing as they're called campaign killers. They're problematic, and I don't want them in the group.
Yeah, and the real dirtbags if they try to poach your players. Because Firehead came to me, it's like, hey, I'm developing this system. And I'm like, okay, what are you getting at? Do you want to play or something? It's like, yeah, if you want to come along and play. And I was like, maybe. Then I tell Chief about it, and we're both laughing at each other. It's like, hell no. After that fucking collapse that happened with that one session, no.
I don't know if I want to say too much into the matter because I'm trying to be nice about the matter, but I don't deny that was rather amusing that this person and I outright said I feel like this person's scalping players. And I was right on the money with that this player was scalping players. And it's like, buddy, don't do that. Like, that's the rule 1 of D&D, man. Never scalp players. If players want to come play, hey, more power to them. But if someone shows up at your table and you try to get them to your own game, that is like dirty. That's dirty fucking pool. That is like fucking that is bullshit. That you want to make
that's the equivalent of not to make it sound too weird, Chief. That's the equivalent of some strange guy inviting your girl over to a party but not inviting you. Like, it's just her who gets the invite. That's fucking strange.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. That is something you don't usually do. Same thing with I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of players doing that to other players because that can get it. Like, if a player asks another player to come play in another group, that's fine. But then when the game turns out to be on their day,
oh yeah,
that is fucking really. I've had that happen a couple times where someone will just switch. Oh yeah, I know it's on this day. It's like, well, wait a minute, you're doing it the same day as this other guy. Like, that's not cool. I have only done that once where I've left the table, and I've switched table. But I've outright said I'm done. I'm not playing this table. I'm not playing at this guy's table anymore. I've never. My favorite.
I think I've only blipped out once, where I was like, all right, well, I'm not needed. Fuck this.
I've had a couple blip out of me, and I usually tell players don't do that because you never know when you might be needed for something, and it's not fair to the other people that had to deal with your Dude, story.
When it's 3 hours straight of people disarming traps over traps over traps over traps, it's like, man, fuck this.
Oh yes, the infamous mansion of traps. I remember that.
Yeah, it's like Bob was not fond of that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was hey dude, you guys just dealt with a trap campaign, and that was pretty low grade. I know what you guys will tolerate, so I get to that point,
Yeah. And we also knew it's like, we're in a very nasty realm. Let's get the fuck out of here as soon as we can. Do the job, do it right, stop the evil, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, and then you're like 14 hours in. Yeah, I know that took we were at that. I don't remember how long we were there. We were there for a while. Holy shit.
I think we had a total of 7 sessions.
No, 9.
Oh, one moment. Vitendo Vaults is congratulating us on the 500, saying hi to Jesse. And did you free Bob yet or no? Am I free?
Yeah. Let's see if Bob is free. Actually, chat. Let's actually have a look if Bob is free.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
All right, enjoy your din.
It's good to hang out with you guys. Thanks, Aris, Ethereal Dragon, Captain Rum Panda, Aris, Aris, Bob, and Chief Orc. You guys have a great day. I mean, night,
Yeah.
I see you streaming at 5 a.m. I'm kidding. I don't know if I see you streaming at 5 a.m., but that was cool.
Hey man, if you want to pop in on the 8 o'clock shift, you're welcome to it. All right.
Okay, that's when usually. All right, cool. Thanks. Bye.
So we got 6 votes. We got 6 votes here.
What's my prison status looking like, Judge?
67. There's 67 for Bob, and there's 33. There's 33 skipped to episode 4. Yeah. Well,
I'm free.
Well, no, not yet. We'll
The
see.
people
we'll see.
have voted. Bob is free.
Oh, not yet. I will
yet.
say this: you are actually very close to being.
I'm gonna see if I can get myself some house hippo socks. Chief has given Bob a sock. Bob is free.
We're not freeing him yet, boys, but we are very close to.
No socks for Bob. Bob has to go barefooted.
Yep.
Over Crocs.
I'll do things barefoot. Why not? Now you must frolic in freedom. Yeah, I'm a dance around and jump with the deer and become a Disney princess.
You guys are giving him too much. You guys are giving him too much freedom. I'm gonna have to make him watch more crappy stuff. Good Omens tomorrow.
Hey, what's your animal companion then?
My animal companion. That is a good question.
Because we all know, because they eventually to the point they gave animal companions to even past.
Mine would be a wise ox or bovine of some sort.
Let's see.
Oh, so speaking
I
about
generally
that,
just sing to wild animals. Cinderella had mice.
Yeah.
I can't think of Belle's animal companion though.
The beast.
I mean,
Ariel
that's more away. Capsule 2.
Ariel had flounder, the fish.
But we got Flounder, maybe even what's the name of that bird?
Oh, you're talking about the seagull?
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I blame Aquafina.
The water brand? What, does Aquafina have lead in it?
In the crappy live adaptation, Aquafina voiced the seagull because they turned it into a woman for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually know what he was talking about, but no. Speaking about crappy live action, that Moana 2's coming out. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, Moana.
I'm shocked that's still gonna make it.
Moana 2 was nothing but they literally took a bunch of episodes from a TV show they didn't want to finish and call it a movie.
Well, we're also getting that live action Lilo and Stitch, which is like, what?
But why?
Why?
But
yeah,
why?
Exactly. Why is where I come from too. Like, what the fuck?
I know we're tired of it, but really, it's like, why is it this constant live action rebranding and the constant rehashing of the same stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
This even goes to like the AAA video games where it's like, here's another Resident Evil. Aren't you happy for another Resident Evil? This is like the third remake of 4.
Yeah, I really don't want another Resident Evil. Actually, to be honest, I want a Breath of Fire. I want another RPG. Like, Capcom gives us another RPG, I'll be happy. The new Mega Man looks good, so maybe we're finally getting a little bit of goodness. But like, I mean, one Mega Man game.
I can tell you why Requiem took off. It was a mixture of horny and member berries. I kid you not. Like, the latter half of the game is like, hey, you remember Raccoon City? Hey, you remember Wesker? But this isn't Wesker. This is somebody else who's a clone of Wesker.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Mr. X? It was like the latter half. Requiem was all member berries.
Can we get away from that? I'm being honest here. I really do want to get away from the whole Wesker crap. Personally, I don't know if I can't be the only one that wants to see that stuff done finally.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I have to spare, Chris.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with Wesker crap. And the thing is, I like Wesker as a villain. I think compared to Sephiroth anyway.
Yeah, he is more competent and has more cool factor. Also, better dressed. I'll argue, Wesker is just better dressed, especially the Stars outfit, the rolled up sleeves, button down with the vest, sharp.
Yep. See, my Sephiroth love is. My Sephiroth hate is mainly because of Dungeons and Dragons, but it's my feeling towards the I know some people say, well, Kefka is the weaker villain too, and I could say, yeah, they're both kind of weak in my personal.
It's bad. Opinion. The only way I know about Kefka is because KefkaLaugh.mp4 is the same thing used in the creepypasta Sonic.exe.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the only reason I know about Kefka.
And you're not the only one. I can't deny that Kefka isn't exactly a thing in the given players.
Of course. I don't even know what Kefka looks like, but I'm pretty sure he's not some long-haired twink with like silky smooth skin like Sephiroth is.
See, Sephiroth, it's the story. It's his. I'm just not a fan of his character, but like other villains in Final Fantasy, I'm okay with,
including the main characters in some of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't get me started on Cloud. Don't like Cloud. Don't like Aerith.
Oh, I was thinking like Lightning.
Honestly, my favorite villain from Final Fantasy, there is none. I don't like a single villain in the Final Fantasy franchise. Like, totally 100%. I like Kefka because it's Kefka and he's kind of a bitch. But that's about it. I would even go that's partially a nostalgia thing, but that's also because, it's who he is. Like, yeah.
I'm, like I said, when it comes to villains, I enjoy. I mean, hell, they don't even have to be the main villain. They could just be a side antagonist, like Brian Fury from Tekken. He is so unrepentant about the chaos he causes that I just end up liking him because he has his one goal. That is it. He wants to destroy things because he thinks it's fun. Hell, when you win with him in the campaign, he pulls a Mad Max thing of these guys just raiding shit on tanks and armored vehicles.
Yeah, no, I'm more of a fan of, if I was to say my favorite characters from, like I would say my favorite heroes in Final Fantasy are probably from Final Fantasy IV. I kind of like the story. I think it's a fleshed out story.
Bolo, the Dark Mage.
Yeah. But no, like, I would say still to this day, like, Final Fantasies are still fun, and I still find everything engaging, stories, all that shit.
Grindy as shit, though.
Chrono Trigger was the game I freaking absolutely loved, and Breath of Fire was another one. Especially 2. As much as I don't like that they took away the dragon powers, like the extended dragon powers in Breath of Fire, I love the Breath of Fire franchise for other things. Yeah,
that's another villain I do like, is villains by nature, not by circumstance. A good example I could think of immediately is Grigori from Dragon's Dogma, the dragon.
Yeah.
He understands his purpose, and is there to make sure the next Arisen will be able to take up the throne of the world. So he is the test of wills.
Well, no, well.
He has no innate malice towards it. He just he understands he is the state test of if you can do this or not.
Well,
as he says to you, if you want this destruction to end, it will be by my death.
Okay. Don't watch the anime.
Okay, well, I've never watched the anime. I've only played the first game and the second game.
So yeah, they really fucked up that. Like everything you just said was kind of fucked up because of the anime.
Really? No. It's like that's the reason I like Grigori, is because he's understanding of his position, but he's still like, okay, yeah, this is what the great will, the never-ending cycle requires. And I will fulfill this task.
Unfortunately for you, Grigori is a how to put it. In the new thing, it's kind of just like, oh. So here's what they did to him. Grigori is actually a arisen that turned into a dragon. That turned into the next dragon. Once you kill one dragon, everyone turns into another dragon.
In some instances that did happen, but those are few and far between. It kind of happens the same way as like Lucius the Eternal, where it's the armor of screaming souls. If you kill Lucius and you take any inch of pride, even if it's just like a wee smidgen of satisfaction, you slowly turn into Lucius and he is reborn in your flesh. The one case in the Dark Arisen, that one was a guy who had the grand wish, but the grand wish was, I'm tired of everything. I want nothing in this world. Nothing more, never more. Was kind of like his end goal, because he was, it was like the ultimate black pill wish. Is kind of the whole plot line that they have in the Dark Arisen DLC in the first game. So that's why Daemon ends up as the half-dragon chimera hybrid thing.
Yeah.
And that's why Grigori, or a face that represents Grigori, forms in his chest, because to wish for nothing also gives him everything. It's like the world kind of becomes him, and it's forced in his flesh. It's like you want the true face. When you enter phase 2 of the second time you fight Daemon, Daemon dies, but the face of Grigori possesses him.
Yeah.
If you want the truth arisen, this is it. It's like, damn. That's what I liked about Dragon's Dogma. I was like, this is really good fantasy. I like it.
Yeah, I like the opening music.
Yeah, that is Coils of Light.
Yeah.
The never-ending story is, or actually the never-ending cycle, the all-binding and grand design, the Dragon's Dogma.
Fly Into Free, I think, is the name of the song.
But no, Coils of Light is the name of the song.
I thought it was Fly Into Free. I'm fighting it.
Because of the opera it's sung in, if you translate the opera, but in some instances you can actually hear English.
I'm talking about the opening song, the theme song.
Yes, Coils of Light.
The metal song in Dragon's Dogma. The beginning song. The dun, 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 you know that song?
There's two renditions of Coils of Light.
Okay, hold. I'll send it to Bob in a second.
There's also part of Coils of Light in Daemon's theme as well.
Here.
All right, Jesse, you have yourself a good night, man.
You know, we're talking about Dragon's Dogma. Guess what just popped up?
The Dark Arisen DLC for Dragon's Dogma 2.
No. Okay. Okay. I believe it's Into Free. Yes, it's called Into Free. Here, I will send it to you, Bob, because I'm assuming Bob has it. Oh, we got a... Oh! Oh, we got somebody who actually sent me the Rocky Horror Show. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to send him a message later. Okay, so Bob, here it is in Hasker.
All right, let's see.
That song. That's like one of the best.
I'm already listening to it. You didn't even need to send it to me.
Yeah, it's called Into Free. Is the name of the song.
Yeah, this is not the menu music.
I wasn't talking about the menu music. I was talking about the theme song.
This isn't the theme song. This is one of the songs, yeah, but it's not the theme song. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is end credits. This is credits after you kill,
No, that was the opening theme to Dragon's Dogma.
This was not the opening theme to Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, yes, it was.
If it was the anime, okay, sure, I can believe you, but this is not opening theme, this is credits.
Nope, that was the opening theme to the original Xbox 360 when they did that.
PS3 is the one I happen to have pulled up, but yeah. No, this is not the intro. This is an end credits of a certain point. I forget if it's after you kill Grigori or if you get the true ending. Because the theme song of Dragon's Dogma speaks of the endless cycle. That is like the menu music.
There we go.
Yeah, I remember listening to this. Yeah, I'm not down you. This is a bop. This is an absolute bop.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember, was this after Grigori or was this after True End? Because it definitely wasn't after Bitter Black Isle.
No, it was the original Dragon's Dogma before they started adding all the DLC to it. This was the OG original Dragon's Dogma, the Fly Into Free played off. And it's an amazing song. It's like one of my favorites.
It is. It is. But it's not the theme song. I will contest that. It is not the theme song of Dragon's Dogma. It is the credit song.
I literally just put theme song and that's what popped up. Maybe they changed it in the DLC. Maybe the DLC gave it something else. Okay, like I don't know. But I will contest that just because that's what I remember because that was so cool when I first booted up that game. And they did like the beginning little headline thing, and then all of a sudden the dragon was staying over you, and you just see the picture of the dragon. All of a sudden
Yeah, because I know the Dragon's Dogma theme to be the operatic one.
Okay, well that's yeah, but Fly Into Free was just like, fuck yeah. That actually, I remember when I had that. I actually played that for the first time. I didn't start. I just I just enjoyed the theme song, man. That was one of the best themes.
That is fair, yeah. And I keep forgetting 2012 to 2013. Oh, that was a time.
Yeah. There were some good theme songs out there, man. We've had some bangers.
Okay,
I'm not
so Coils of Light is Damon's theme, but the original song I'm thinking of is actually called Eternal Return.
Yeah. Yeah, but the best theme was Fire.
Yeah. Still, in the opinion, Dragon's Dogma is really good fantasy. Like, really good fantasy.
Yeah, unless you watch the anime.
Yeah.
Thanks, Netflix!
There was something about how grounded it was that I loved it. Like, yeah, you still had your magic system, but I don't know, it took itself in a certain stride.
Yep. I don't mind Dragon's Dogma. I've debated about picking it up again because you can technically get it for the Switch. But I'm also, of the opinion, I'm like, do I want to spend more money on it? See,
wait in 10 years until it becomes a retro game and then you can emulate it.
Yeah, pretty much. My thought.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that time. It's like, okay, the term retro, when we think retro, we're thinking of like early Atari, N64, all that. But how long until games become retro? Like, what is it, 20 years? Is it 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm asking you. This is a question.
Usually 10, and it has to be. It has to not be on an active active cartridge. Usually that's the.
So it kind of like lost media.
Kind, yeah. Like retro's usually 10 years though.
Okay, I must say by that definition, fucking Call of Duty's retro.
Yes, it is.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. Hey man, everybody has their own version of stuff. I'm not against
I know, but it's like, Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma will give me hours of entertainment more than Call of Duty.
So, Arus, you got a game that you got that's just like you're totally into, like something that you like, something that you think you're waiting to become retro.
Not really.
Okay. What about you, Ethereal? You got something on your docket? He isn't working. I think he's working right now. We went a little longer than we normally do, but that's because it's the 500 subscriber video, and so I decided we're going to go a little bit longer. But I think we've made it to 10:11. We're going to call it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for the 500 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome that we got there, boys and girls. We need those viewerships, though. I hope to get more of those up and running, guys. Sam says thank you very much too. Our little cat mascot that's been a part of the channel for a while now. Our little friend. And yeah, we are going to see you guys for Throwback Thursday tomorrow. And what are we going to be doing? We're probably going to be looking at that Chuck Norris thing. If not, we got a couple things we got in mind. But thank you so much, everybody. We're going to see you next time. Have yourselves a very good night. And thank you so much for the 500 subs, guys.